Welcome, everyone, to the Islanders Never Say Dies podcast, live coverage of the New York Islanders against the Washington Capitals. I'm your host, TJ, and with me here, as always, is our NHL analyst and expert, the grumpy old man. They say there's no shame in his game because he is always the same. Up, Grump, you're on mute, buddy.
That's me.
There he is. Today, we are covering the Islanders against the Washington Capitals. This is the third to last game for the Islanders this season. If you're new to the show, welcome. This is a twice-a-week Islanders podcast where we talk all things Islanders on Wednesdays and Saturdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, if the Islanders are playing live, we cover the games as long as the game, albeit, is not on a Thursday or a Sunday. The only reason we do not cover Thursday or Sunday games is because we have a second podcast called TJ and the Grumpy Old Man. That is a general sports podcast where we talk all things sports. We'll be going live on Thursday. So we'll go live tomorrow, which will be Wednesday on our Islanders podcast. And then we'll see on Thursday, we're going to be going live during the NFL draft, covering all of the latest and greatest shocks, twists, and turns of the 2022 NFL draft.
Yeah, nice. Like
there
it,
TJ.
I like it.
And you could find the TJ and the Grumpy Old Man podcast. You could find that either in the link in the description below, or you could find it as a featured page on our YouTube channel right down here, TJ and the Grumpy Old Man.
Yeah, wonderful.
There it is. We've had puck drops. Sorry, I was running a little late. And even though they were celebrating Alexander Ovechkin, I was still running late. The Islanders currently on a 5-game losing streak down the stretch. Yikes, not great.
True.
But it seems like the team has checked out.
Well, we've come out. We started playing hard today. So Alex Ovechkin is out of the lineup, which is good news for us. Number 2 is Robin Salo, is it not?
Yes, Robin Salo is in. I believe Big Z's Zdeno Chara is not active, I believe, today.
And they were, talking about where Zdeno Chara is up for the Masterson Trophy, which is for like community work and perseverance of hockey and good values and stuff like that. I can't think of anyone more deserving of that nomination. But a couple other interesting things were that Barry Trotz said that even though he's 45, he's playing like he's 25. And Butch said he doesn't think that there's any way he's retiring at all. He just enjoys the game too much. And I have a feeling he's coming back next year.
I have heard that from other people before, and yikes. You know what? He can come back. I hope he comes back and plays for a team in our division, like the Capitals. Maybe he goes and rolls it back with the Capitals, or maybe the Rangers, or the Carolina Hurricanes. Some other team in our division. Please not with the Islanders. Please.
Okay, he absolutely will not be with the Hurricanes. That much I can tell you.
You don't think the Hurricanes like his speed?
Yeah, he doesn't fit their style.
No.
And like I said, I think he showed it seems like quite a few of the veterans in particular have kind of checked out the last few games. That has not been the case with him. And that's kudos for him, actually. You know what I hate? I hate the Washington Capitals jerseys they're wearing today. Just a big, stupid W on a shirt.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it either. And you have to figure, right? The Capitals, they threw a little honor and ceremony there for Alexander Ovechkin. I figured they'd have a pretty hot start to the game. But the Islanders, albeit they've played very poorly as of late, not a bad start.
Well, Barry Trotz likes to beat Washington since they dumped him 3.5 years ago. So, well, just about 4 years now. Usually the Islanders play Washington really, really well. So we're going to see what happens.
Yeah, I guess, Crump.
I just couldn't get over the sloppy segue from Butch saying that, he doesn't think that Zdeno Chara is even thinking about retirement. And then they segue into Barry Trotz saying he's playing like he's 25, not 45. And I don't know if he meant playing in the league 25 years or the age of 25.
It's like he's been playing in the NHL for 25 years. That probably would be an accurate statement. I'd say very close. If not, maybe he's off by a few years, possibly a little more. Yeah, yikes.
Yeah, like I said, I like Zdeno Chara. He certainly passed his prime without a doubt. But I mean, I just think we're getting set up for a Zdeno Chara return. That's all.
You ever accidentally leave milk in the fridge too long?
No, I'm usually proactive. I don't, I'm not one of those people who I open up the refrigerator one day and everything is green and blue. That's not the case.
Green and
Or
blue. Wow.
the
Yeah.
milk isn't chunky.
No, I was
No.
about to say Zdeno Chara at this point is like curdled milk.
Oh,
It's not something you want to be drinking. It's not something you want to have to put out there every single night. I'd have right. What did we expect and what did we wish the Islanders would have done this year? We had all thought, oh man, it wouldn't be a bad signing of Zdeno Chara if he's alternating every other night with Andy Green. Remember that was what we thought. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a 1A, 1B. Remember, so many people opine that, oh no, Robin Sala will be ready about halfway through the season, and Zdeno Chara and Andy Green will be playing 1A, 1B starting every other night to keep them fresh, ready for the playoffs. Yeah, that's not the case, and it won't be the case next year. They will never alternate one game on, one game off. When has Barry Trotz ever done that? Ever.
yeah. I just watching the game here at the beginning, and it's like, okay,
Washington was asleep.
well, but still, our defensive zone coverage, there's big gaps between the forwards and the defensemen, and Pellick and Pulak just have not looked good this year together. I'm sorry.
Mm.
And it's
Well,
still
here,
the case today. I'm just a little frustrated. And anytime you have a line out there with Ross Johnston and Matt Martin on the same line, that's not going to be a good line.
I'm not a big fan of it. I mean, it's been sloppy play by both teams so far. And here's the point, right? Washington, you figure, would be flying a million miles an hour because they don't want to have to face off against the Florida Panthers in the first round. You know what I mean?
Wouldn't-
This is they're very, very close to the Pittsburgh Penguins. And I'm shocked that they've come out as lackadaisical as they've had to
I
start
mean,
the game.
they have something to play for. I mean, yes, they've made the playoffs, but still, would you want to play Florida in the first round? I don't. Here's the thing: I don't think Florida is good enough defensively. That run and gun style, it's not playoff hockey. That doesn't mean they can't win, a playoff series or two. But eventually, the lack of defensive structure at all is going to come back and haunt them.
I
And wouldn't you rather play the Rangers, the
well,
untested Rangers?
Well, it's here's the thing. The Hurricanes are 4 points ahead of the Rangers at this time period. The Rangers do have one game in hand. So, there still is a lot of moving that could be done. You're looking at, in all likelihood, probably the Carolina Hurricanes, but perhaps the Rangers. I think Carolina is a tough team, right? When I think of a more complete, Florida's unbelievable. And their goaltending this year has been spectacular. The same with Carolina. Carolina's goalies are a little banged up though, too.
Yep.
So, I mean, I would be chomping at the bit to face an injured or a little banged up Carolina right now, or Rangers over the Florida Panthers. As simple as that. So, I mean, they have a lot to play for right now because the Washington Capitals have 3 games left. The Penguins have 2 games left this year. The Washington Capitals are only 1 point behind the Penguins, right? If they win today in regulation, or if they win even in overtime, they leapfrog over the Pittsburgh Penguins and they're in the driver's seat.
Yeah. And here's the biggest thing. Carolina Rangers, they're playing tonight. Carolina wins, division's done.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's a big game for the Rangers to even have a shot. They're 4 points back. Probably not going to catch Carolina. They had a bad loss over the weekend to Boston. The Rangers did. So, for me, I think Carolina wins division and the Rangers come in second, which is a shock to me.
I forgot to mention this at the top, but general housekeeping. Again, if you're new to the channel, we invite you to subscribe on YouTube, to like on Facebook, and follow on Twitter. Also, right, if you're new to the channel, make sure you leave a like if you enjoy this content. That's how we know that you enjoy what we produce and what Grumpy Old Man and I put out on a weekly basis. That's for certain. Let's look at a few of these comments, Grump, as we're at commercial break here. Joseph C. says, whoever has the Capitals in the first round has a cakewalk now that Ovechkin probably has a busted shoulder. How lucky.
I don't think Washington's that good either. I don't think they're that good. I don't think they're good enough in goal in particular. Could they surprise? Yeah, but here's the thing. I don't see them as a good match with Florida. I just don't. And that's a problem. That's a problem for them.
Here's my question. Do we know the severity of the injury? Because all I see is, right, it's the upper body injury, right? He went out. I think it was when they were playing Toronto. I can't remember. I think it was Toronto. But I don't know what the actual severity of the injury is.
Yeah, neither do I. But the key is to get him healthy for the playoffs.
I was about to say, right? It's the playoffs. I can promise you, he's not going to be like Ben Simmons sitting out because his back is a little sore. That's not going to be the case. Alexander Ovechkin will be playing in some capacity at the playoffs, even if he misses a few games at the start of the series, because they get right after the regular season ends this week. They get almost about a 4 or 5 day stretch to where they have a chance to get players healthy, and it launches in the playoffs. So he's got about a week and a half, 2 weeks to get healthy off of his injury that he had on Sunday.
He doesn't have 2 weeks. I mean, the playoffs, I believe, start Tuesday of next week. So it's a week from today.
Depending on when. So I said a week and a half, so a week and a half, 2 weeks. Got injured Sunday. Depending on when they play, if they play the Tuesday, the Wednesday, or the Thursday time slot. If he's playing on Thursday, you're looking about a little over a week and a half. Just depends on when they play.
You realize today is Tuesday, and the playoffs start next Tuesday. That's 1 week.
He got injured on Sunday. He didn't get injured today, so he got injured Sunday evening. I'm just saying, from injury, about a week and a half, possibly 2.
Yeah, but he didn't look like he was looking nice in a suit. Ted Leonis, who is the owner, came out to give him the little picture that they dropped on the floor.
Oh, God.
Lost the cover, cracked the glass. They didn't crack the glass. But the first thing I said is, man, Ted Leonis, you own the team, and I know you're rich, but still, that outfit that he was wearing was terrible. It was like some baggy sweatpants and some loose-fitting top. It was a bad look. He should have come out there looking in a suit. I'm sorry. You're going to make a presentation to the best player of the franchise. You shouldn't look like a guy who's got a cup in his hand. You know what I mean?
What the hell does that mean? No, I don't know what that means, Grumpy. Can
like a guy standing in an intersection will work for food when he wants money. That's what he looked like. A guy looking for a handout.
When I'm thinking cup, I'm thinking Stanley Cup, Grump. My head now goes to Stanley Cup time because the NHL playoffs are right around the corner, man. So come on.
No. Okay.
Flumpy Scump says the Scumpster is back and early today. How y'all doing? What's up, Scumpster?
Scump.
Danny Mush Potatoes saying, hey, what's up? What's up, Danny? How are you? Drew L says here, my friend who's a Rangers fan said that our team is screwed for a while until we get prospects.
He ain't lying.
Nope. Yeah, unfortunately, that looks about possibly true. George B said, you call what the Islanders are doing today playing? Yes, that's funny. I like that.
Yes.
Grumpy, what's the Mastodon trophy?
Oh,
Mastodon trophy, perhaps.
Nice one, George. Very nice. Nice little
Mastodon is a dinosaur for those who are unfamiliar.
Very true. Very true. Very good.
I like it, George.
One for George. I should have said that.
But Grumpy, you're too busy watching the TV, Grumpy. You can't interact with us.
I watch the games. I have to when we're doing a watch along, I watch the games. That's correct.
Stay glued to the television. God almighty.
That's what I do.
Oh, here might be a little opportunity. Kyle Palmieri with the move. Backhand. Go! Kyle Palmieri scores.
I don't know how far ahead you are compared to me.
The Islanders go up 1-0. What a move. A nice move. And my God, Igor Samsonov, what a bad job by him. My God, you want to talk about a goalie who looked out of sorts, but a nice move by Kyle Palmieri to create that opportunity. Did you see that, Grump? Look at this.
No.
Whoop.
Yeah, I'm way behind you.
That's interference. That might be interference. We have a guy in the crease who looks like, in my opinion, he interfered.
He didn't hit the goalie.
Yes, he did. Parise definitely hit the goalie. Parise bumps into the goalie here. Maybe they'll say it was kind of mutual interference, but it prevents Samsonov from getting there. He interferes in the crease. Yes, he definitely hit the goalie.
Okay, but
and the Capitals are challenging for interference. Oh. He's in the crease, and Parise hit the goalie. I'm not sure. Here's the thing. We always lose these goaltender interference calls. Always, always, always. So, right now they got the referee talking, Grump. They're saying they're reviewing the play. Oh, my God. Ugh, we're about to see the same replay about 1 million times here, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, that's okay.
It was a nice move by Kyle Palmieri, though. Give him credit.
Yeah, I'm way behind you, so I'm gonna have to watch on your inferior feed to try to catch up.
Yeah, Grumpy watching on the inferior feed.
You watching Capitals or Islanders broadcast?
Capitals broadcast.
Why?
I'm watching Sports Washington. I don't know. It's the version I got. I just clicked on it and there was.
You realize you watch ESPN Plus, right?
Yeah.
You realize there's 2 freaking versions, right? Why are you not capable of getting it accurately? Why can't you pick the Islander version?
Well, for those who are unfamiliar with the Washington Capitals challenging this goal or goaltender interference, if they're wrong, not only does the goal stand, the Washington Capitals go to the penalty box. Yeah, he definitely his stick hit.
That's gonna just looking at it now.
That's why I said I was wondering what the hell Samsonov was doing. I'm like, what the hell is he doing? Now it makes more sense.
Yeah,
He definitely interferes, in my opinion, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's you can't. That's what the rule is
they're
for.
jostling
Absolutely, he's making contact in the crease. That's going to get negated.
I figure, but let's see here. They're coming back.
No goal.
No goal. Okay. Honestly, I wasn't shocked. As soon as I saw the first replay, I'm like, he's in the crease. And, he's fighting hard for position. That's, I don't fault Parise on that one. He's just fighting and he bumps into the goalie. Happens sometimes,
He needs to stop outside the crease. He needs to stop outside the crease. He's a 50-year veteran. He needs to know what the rules are. Now, let's see.
A bit.
How bad was Nick Jensen? He got okey doked.
Dude, he got on the Washington because I have the closed captions. They say, "Oh, he blew a tire." He didn't blow a tire. Son of a gun got freaking. It's like in basketball. He gets crossed up on a guy, ends up on his ass.
Yeah, he got okey doked by Kyle Palmieri. That's pretty embarrassing.
It was a nice move by KP. Come on.
I'm sorry. You got to do a better job on that.
Come on. Kyle Palmieri saying, I want another damn goal. Holy shit. I'm telling you, Washington. Remember I said Washington's looking. Wow! He just blew another tire. Washington is looking sloppy as hell today. I hope this, for them, right? If you're a Washington fan, I hope this is not a harbinger of what you're going to carry over into the playoffs because it's not looking very clean.
Who cares? I don't like Washington. I'm not rooting for Washington.
I don't dislike Washington. If they're playing the Rangers, would you be rooting for Washington or the Rangers?
They're okay. Now here's the thing: Pittsburgh is already down 1-0, and they're going.
Handcuffed Sorokin a bit. Nice save though.
Oh, look at them all falling all over the place. That Backstrom over there.
Is this UBS Arena?
I've been to games in Washington. Usually the ice is okay, not bad.
But I was about to say, I mean, it's close right now. Washington can either play the Rangers or the Hurricanes, depending how things are going. So, I mean, it's a very close, depending on what they do. A win for them tonight puts them in the driver's seat, at least where they're not having to play the Florida Panthers. Oof. Lou R said, are the Islanders the only team that doesn't have a dedicated TV channel? I see the Devils, the Rangers on 6 different channels.
Well, usually we're, for DirecTV channel 635, but that was not the case today. They had the Devils on for some reason. I think it's just MSG networks. The Rangers get the original MSG. Everything else is like a subsidiary of it. You remember before, Sports Channel and MSG merged, the Islanders were always on Sports Channel. New York. Oh man, Sorokin. That was a tough one.
Sorokin. That was an odd one. He lets a weird rebound off of him.
Again, I don't know. Whenever another team is in our offensive zone, we look like we're a man down.
It's the fourth line. What a shock. The fourth line. Here's the thing. The fourth line with Ross Johnson. Holy shit. I mean, the fourth line is awful with Ross.
Again, there's Pelech not taking a man out in front of the net. You got to do better than that.
It's nonsense, right? Ross Johnson's not a good right wing. He looks lost on the right wing. He's a freaking natural left winger, and you're playing damn freaking Matt Martin out there.
He's out there with Salo.
Oh my God!
Deflection.
There's nothing that Sorokin could do.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It was Salo, not Pelech.
Salo not marking his man instead of Pelech, right, Grumpy?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. My God, Jesus Christ! For a fraction of a second, gets lost. Ugh, my goodness. Here's the thing: you let an unimpeded slap shot from the point, where none of your forwards are putting any type of pressure on him. It's nothing that Sorokin could do there. The Islanders are down 1-0 with 9 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the first period, despite scoring an early goal that was taken off the board due to goaltender interference, and rightful goaltender interference, might I add.
Yeah, I mean, deservedly so. I mean, it was. Come on.
Drew said he's getting some drinks at the moment. Tony Queso saying, have one for me, Drew. Yeah, that's right. Have one for Grumpy, too, and myself. I'd like to live vicariously through you, Tony Queso. Okay, hold on. The fourth line just conceded a goal, and I swear I see Ross Johnson out there again.
No, it's
Oh, it's
Bailey.
Bailey. Holy shit.
What's
Okay.
the difference, honestly?
My God.
I guess just $4 million a year. That's about the only difference. And
One
Ross
was right,
Johnson will at least throw a hit.
and the other one's just inept.
Oh, this
Oh
is
my God.
who's out here now because this is probably
This is
uh
Bailey. Oh, they've got Bailey, Barzal, and Andersley.
why. Look at that speed from Anders Lee. Man, he sucks.
Oh God.
Just
I tell
average.
you, Washington looks sloppy today. The Islanders haven't looked great. Both teams have looked kind of sloppy. You know what I mean? Like when you could tell a team looks dominant, both teams are looking a little sloppy right now. There's
I'll tell
nothing
you
wrong
what,
with that.
and Matt Barzell has looked more engaged the last few games. I think he's saying, you know what, screw it. The old man can't mess with me. I'm just going to do whatever I want. Season's
I
over.
don't
I don't
think
have to listen to him anymore.
I don't think it's that. Come on.
I would like to see Noah Dobson get 3 more points, though. Now, there you go. You have Palmieri taking a chance at the blue line like that, and it didn't wind up hurting. It's offsides. Didn't wind up hurting the Islanders, but you know that's not Barry Trotz style of hockey where you have a forward, trying to gamble at the other team's blue line because then you're, it's off to the races.
Mm.
I mean, now see, that's for me. That says, are they listening to Barry? Are they?
Well, they're just kind of doing a little bit. They maybe have a little bit more freedom as the season's over. I don't know. You might. I think you're overreaching a bit.
Is that yeah? But I'm like, is that the way you want it? This is a veteran team.
The way you want what, Grump? Gotta explain it.
Don't you think that the team should play Barry style, particularly the veterans on this team?
It's the end of the season. They've been knocked out of the playoffs for the last week and a half. I think they're kind of just puttering along. And here's the thing: we're on a 5-game losing streak.
It'll be more than that after today.
Okay, is that? I didn't know.
No, what I'm saying is, as a veteran team, okay, do you think going into next season, if we play this run and gun style, we're going to be successful?
Hey, hold on. Well, here's the thing. Could it be worse than what it was this year if we had the same exact team? There's a lot of ifs on that statement. Do you think we stand pat and don't do anything the offseason? I don't know.
The only way this team wins not any games, but contends for a playoff spot next year is playing the defensive style that Barry has implemented. We're not talented enough to win on talent alone, as Herb Brooks once said.
God almighty, you cheesy ass bastard. Anyway. Anyway, I'll say this, right? I don't think we're coming back with the same exact team we saw now. Oh, Grumpy. Are you getting a little workout drink in? Getting a little protein. Oh, yep. Yeah. There it is. It's a little protein drink. And Tony Queso said, here's a drinking game. Every time TJ says, that being said, take a shot. I don't want to kill Drew.
Woo!
You can't kill anybody on the podcast, but
wow.
Oh,
that
man.
Being said.
Drell said, I put way too much tequila in my margarita tonight, so that's going to last me at least like 3 to 5 hours. Good to hear. Ooh.
Now, one thing, I don't expect to see much in the way of physical play from Tom Wilson tonight.
Because we've got both Ross Johnston.
Not both. We have Ross Johnston on the ice.
Okay. Oh, that's right. And Chara's not playing. Here's the thing. Yeah. Chara, when Chara and Ross Johnson are on the ice, you'd find it real hard pressed for anybody to try to start, mixing shit up, if you catch my drift.
Yeah.
Luar said, I think Barry's done. Your star player quits on him. It's curtains.
Barry will be here next year and he'll be let go. Or they'll just I
tell you, it's just awkward shots. They're kind of catching him odd in the hands to where he's having like twist and contort his body to make a routine save. It's kind of tough. So
once again, you got to make sure you turn your glove. If it's below here, you got to go like this, and he's getting caught in between a little bit.
Yep, a little odd, but yeah. Oh my God! I'll tell you, Palmieri just got away with a little bit of an interference /
No, he kind of stumbled a little bit. I'm glad he didn't get hit because he looked like he was falling very awkwardly into the boards.
Ooh, a nice little shot attempt there from Matt Barzal out deep, but unfortunately doesn't hit the net, doesn't hit the target. Oh God, Aho. Oh my God, Gate, Aho, Gate. Oh my God. Okay,
well, we got away with one. Andy Green, Aho, and Andy Green let their guys get by him.
What's worse, having Aho, not a very good defenseman, paired up with one of the slowest defensemen we've got? Oh, good gracious.
Well, here's the thing. Again, if you are out there, if Aho's out there, he has to be with a stud defensive defenseman. Andy Green just isn't that anymore. That's not his skill set.
Right now, really quickly, you've got Casey Cizikas out there on the ice with Kiefer Bellows and Oliver Wahlstrom.
And then you have Noah Dobson and Robin Salo.
Go right through the legs of freaking Salo. My God. Or I'm sorry, Wahlstrom.
See, to me, you're seeing the limitations with Salo defensively right now, which is the same things I saw earlier in the year, which is okay.
He's working with a brand new defensive partner.
Okay. It has nothing to do with the defensive partner he's with. What I'm saying is he's not a finished product, and I don't expect him to be. I'm glad they're finally playing him a little bit, but he's got a ways to go yet. He really does.
I'm not sure if I haven't seen Brock Nelson's not playing tonight. They have started 11 forwards and 6 defensemen today. So they're purposely going one short.
Well, it must be 11 forwards and 7 defensemen. Then.
No, it's 11 forwards and 6 defensemen. That's
3
what
goalies?
No, just 11 forwards, 6 defensemen, 2 goalies.
We're playing a man short today.
Yes, that's what I just said. So we're playing, I guess, we are playing a man short, and that's what it looks like on the ice. They've got, and that would make sense why Casey Cizikas was taking a shift with Wahlstrom and Bellows. I mean, like I couldn't tell you why we're playing a man short. I think Brock Nelson had like it was a game time decision and scratched or something of that nature.
Maybe that's why we're looking more productive out there today.
Stop. We've not looked more productive today. Get
addition by subtraction.
Oh, is that what it is, Grump?
I think we played well this first period.
We've looked a little sloppy, so is Washington. I wouldn't say either team is firing on all cylinders right now.
Okay.
Would you argue that we look like we're playing really good hockey?
I don't think we played good hockey all year. So,
okay. Relative to how we usually play.
Yeah, I just figured this was a good day to wear the Barry and the Vets shirt, by the way.
Barry and the Vets. That you can find in the link in the description below at our merchandise store for Barry and the Vets. Ponyboy Curtis says, or anytime TJ says pontificate or offensive acumen, take a shot. Absolutely.
And you're going to be
anytime Bro says I hate always being right, take a shot. Well, holy crap, you're going to be obliterated by the end of that show.
That's
Grump
not true.
That all the time.
I do not say that all the time.
You're good for at least about 3 or 4 of those a podcast. During our normal show, 3 or 4 times.
Not true. Not true.
Anytime TJ puts his hand over his face, rolls his eyes, or looks like a big distressed baby because Grumpy says something he doesn't agree with, particularly related to Anders Lee or some veteran being moved.
Yes, that is exactly right. Oh,
the Islanders look like, are they going on the power play? Because that looked like a little bit of a high.
That's a stick to the face right there. And
no,
it looks like
the Islanders
on the power play.
Islanders on the power play. Maybe Noah Dobson's able to go ahead and gather a few more points to hit 50 points this season.
I'd like to see him get 50. I mean, who would have said that at the beginning of the year?
The Islanders are sitting.
Holy crap, Anders Lee, you clumsy bastard! I mean, he just tumbled into the wall. Nobody near him just falls down.
How far ahead are you of me?
Oh, 48, 47.
Okay, never mind. I just must not have seen it. But the Islanders are 19th this season on the power play. Holy shit, they can't even cross the blue line. Yikes, yikes, yikes.
That being said,
I didn't say that.
I know I said it for you because I know you're dying to.
If I want you to size says, or when I say, oh man, I tell you. Oh gosh.
Hey, it's better than something else you used to say, which I'm not going to.
I honestly forgot what I used to say.
Bailey.
Bailey almost shovels one home.
But then he remembered who he was and where he was, and well, that's that.
Wow, what a move, says Matthew. See, that was a hell of a move by Kyle Palmieri. Here we go. Get up the ice. You got a Washington Capital down the ground. Should be a 5-on-3 situation. Can we capitalize? And we don't even.
Oh,
Bellows! Did he not even put the puck on net?
How did that not go
What
in?
the hell just happened? Shoot! Oh,
what's happening, though? They're shooting the puck. Goal!
Oh! There we go. Ryan Pulak with the power play goal.
I think he's got 3 goals in 3 games now, doesn't he?
Does he really?
Yeah.
Looky there. Ryan Pulak evens up the game at 1 apiece. 3 minutes and 42 seconds remaining in the first period. The Islanders and the Washington Capitals are tied at 1 apiece. Kiefer Bellows on the assist.
Yep.
Nice shot by Ryan Pulak. That's up in the toy department and a good, accurate shot.
I mean, that's what he's going to do most times, just put the shot on net, right?
I was about to say, him getting the shot on that is more than half the battle. It's about 90% of the battle for him. Do you see Ryan Pulak growing out his hair a bit? He's getting a little bit of the flow.
I'm surprised that Lou doesn't get down there with a razor, buzz it all off during intermission.
That's only the facial hair, Grump.
Oh, okay.
Oh, man, I tell you. Oh, well, I just said it right there. Ponyboy Curtis says, Kyle, just some generic over-the-counter video game, make a player with average stats, Paul Mary.
That's exactly what he is. He's a jag. An overpaid jag.
Tony Queso, TJ needs to cool saying it when the Islanders score next year, like Michael K's "See ya." I'm thinking something like "Slam-a-lam-a ding dong."
It's Shamalama Ding Dong.
Oh, Shamalama Ding Dong. I like Slam-a-lam-a Ding Dong.
You know what that's from? Shamalama Ding Dong.
No, I don't know, and I don't care, Grump.
Animal House. Watch Animal House.
I've watched Animal House, but it's been a long time. Oh, Jesus. Well, hey, you know what? The Islanders going in at the end of the first period with the tie, I consider a win.
Well, I think we've played okay this period.
Oof. My gosh, that long pass at the blue line was
nice play by Dobson. Nice play by Dobson.
Sallow's pass. My God, Robin Sallow and freaking Noah Dobson on the same at the ice at the same time.
Yeah, okay. Dobson's fine. It's Sallow that's.
My thing is, those are two more offensive-minded defensemen.
Oh my God,
Dobson, come on, buddy.
Oh, what? He took a double shot. What the heck's he supposed to do?
Honestly, right there when Oshie does that, you got to punch him right in the face. Hit him with a cross check up high. He just went ahead and did that. Boom. As you're skating back, boom, a little cross check right to the chest.
Ooh, nice turnover. I'm going to tell you what he did, though. He managed the puck and was able to get it out of danger. That's what he did. He took the shot to make the play.
I'm saying is, as he's skating back, Oshie's trying to position himself in front of the net. That's when you let him know you're there.
That was a save by Samsonov. Oh, then he banged his head against the pipe.
I think that was Kuznetsov.
No, goalie doesn't have a stick. Defenseman doesn't have a stick.
Nice save. Okay, that was I think they hit off the crossbar, the second one. And look at that. It was Parise in front of the net. Everything kind of looked out of sorts for Washington on that penalty kill.
They got a little discombobulated there.
Needless to say, that's for certain.
I want to know how many Islander fans are watching the games now besides us.
I could tell you not too many. I just have that feeling, right? We're eliminated from the playoffs. We're at a time period where we're on a 5-game losing streak as the season comes to a close. I would assume not many fans are watching at the moment. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think the loyal fans of the Islanders Never Say Die podcast never give up on the team because we're through and through big Islander fans, Grump.
Yeah, that's it. Nice stick check by Aho there, taking it away from Carlson.
It was a drop pass by Carlson to no one. So one of those spots where you hoped one of his guys were following into the zone, but didn't.
No, Aho poked the puck away. You're watching on a freaking phone, okay? So don't even comment on what you think has actually happened because you can't see shit on a phone.
You know what, Grumpy? Why don't you just keep your attention?
Can you even identify where the puck is watching on a phone?
Yes, I can identify where the freaking puck is. Ponyback Curtis said, Kyle, no goal, Paul Mary. Deidre C said, rats. I like that picture by Deidre Grump.
Oh, that's a new picture.
I know. So I said it.
It's not the picture was nice too, though.
Want you to sigh says here, we'll never get those calls. It's insane. I do believe we get hard done by when somebody interferes with our goalie. We very rarely get the call the way it should be. I mean, I thought it was a right call on that, but I don't think we get a call. Oh, my God.
Why would you throw the puck in front of the net?
Dude, I'm telling you, Washington's looking sloppy as hell today. You said, no, not really. They're looking sloppy. The defensive turnovers are not characteristic of a team that should be entering the playoffs in 2 games.
Yeah, they're like I said, they're not going anywhere. I don't think. What does it say about us that a team like Washington makes the playoffs with ease? With ease.
What do you mean? Washington's a good team. They've got a lot of great players on it.
They're 20 points ahead of us in the playoff race.
Yes.
20.
Yes. Yes, I understand.
20% higher point total than we have.
Oh, that hit off the freaking crossbar.
Yeah, Sorokin has looked a little
short side. I mean, they've been putting some good shots on him, but I mean, he's looked a little shaky. He's right. Okay.
Got the last 5 seconds of the period here.
Well, I'm sure nothing's going to happen in the last 5 seconds here, and we're about to go to intermission. The first intermission on the way, Grump. Nick D said, "What, Grumpy?"
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead and get your statement out.
Unimportant. Go.
What do you mean unimportant? Spit it out, Grumpy.
I'll comment on it later.
Okay. Nick D said, TJ Grump, how you guys doing tonight? Doing well, Nick. How about you? 3 more games to go. Let's hope for 3 more blowouts. Barry has to go.
He's not going anywhere this year. He's not. He should, but he's not. We had an 11-game losing streak at the beginning of the year. Charity points, the loser points don't count in my book. And if they lose the rest of the games, an 8-game losing streak. So you lost, in effect, 19 games in a row. How do you keep your job? If you're not Barry Trotz, how do you keep your job?
Well, not 19 games in a row, 11 games and then 8 games.
Okay.
Those are 2 long losing streaks. And people, I'm telling you, people will explain it away by saying, oh, it's easy to say away games that we had 13 in a row, and then the team gave up towards the end because we were out of the playoffs. That's what they're going to say. That's what they're going to say, Grump.
Okay. But to me, if you're not, look at this. The Capitals are 34-10-7 this season when scoring first. Interesting little tidbit. But like I said, if you're not Barry Trotz, how do you live through 2 extended losing streaks? One at the beginning and one at the end of the year. How do you survive that?
Again, the coach's pedigree, I think, is kept him in a spot to where he's still employed at the moment, and he will be employed next year because of what he's done in the past. I mean, This year has been woeful by every stretch of the imagination. We're going to finish over 20 points out of a playoff spot. Over 20 points. It's not like we're close. It's not like we were 5 points out or 10 points out. Over 20. Over 20 points away from making a playoff spot. It wasn't like we're right on the cusp. We were well on the outside. We might not even finish 9th in the division. I hope we don't, right? I hope Columbus, for our draft spot, I hope Columbus leapfrogs us. I hope they do.
9th in the conference.
I'm sorry. Yeah, we might not even finish 9th in the conference. I hope Columbus jumps us.
At this point, to me, it doesn't matter really for me.
Another spot closer, another spot earlier in the draft. That would make me happy.
I want to see if they can find a 4th liner to draft in the first round of an incredibly deep draft. I was doing a little bit of research because that's what I do. Looking at teams that are out of the playoff race and where the potentially, what the offseason looks like. I looked at all these teams and they have multiple first-round picks, multiple second-round picks, multiple third-round picks, and they look like they're,
What teams? You got to be really specific, Grump, because you just said you looked at multiple teams and then you kind of left it blank. Are you talking about multiple teams that were not in the playoff picture that
that have been eliminated from the playoffs?
Okay, gotcha. Sorry, maybe I didn't hear that. I apologize.
Yeah, and ESPN did a nice little breakout on it. And there was one little thing that they said. They didn't say what went wrong this season. You know what they didn't say? They didn't say COVID.
Hold on. They didn't. For what? For who, Grump? You're talking about the
Islanders. The Islanders.
Okay, you just said they said. Talking about the Islanders. Got to be specific here, man. Come on.
Okay, this is an Islanders podcast.
I understand that. I want you to speak it to me like I've never read the article.
Well, that could be like anything.
Okay, terrific. I never read the article. Please explain it to me.
Okay. Long story short, the Islanders suck, and we're not going to do anything next year. Okay? When I'm saying something, why don't you just keep quiet for a change? Try that.
Dude, I was asking for it, and you jump without actually giving.
I'm talking when I'm talking. How about that?
Oh my God. The end of the season can't come soon enough, ladies and gentlemen. I'll tell you that. But you look at the composition of some of these teams that have finished below us in the points, and this is what we had talked about before the Athletic released the article. Next year's division and next year's conference is going to be a lot tighter than the conference was this year. The difference between the haves and the have-nots were extreme this year. I think you're going to see a lot of those teams that were well into the have-not section. They're going to inch their way closer to saying, in the next 2 years, we're going to be a playoff contender.
Okay.
That's exactly what you said, Grumpy. And I just said that we came out with it before the Athletic did. And you're just, okay, that was what your response was.
Yeah, pretty much. Why don't we get to some more comments?
Holy shit.
Since I was talking and you just had to bogart it once again.
Dude, because you're half watching the TV and you're not telling us what actually happened in the article, Grump, because I wanted to hear. I didn't read the article. I wanted you to give me the information like I've never read it because I didn't. You sent it to me, Grump, but I had busy days, so I wasn't able to read it. I was hoping you'd give me the information. What happened in the article, man?
The Islanders don't have any young prospects. They're an old, slow team in a young, fast league. That was their thing in a nutshell. And when it said what went wrong this year, they didn't talk about COVID. They didn't talk about injuries. They just said that everything went wrong this year. So they weren't making excuses for the normal excuses that the Islanders like to put out there.
When they said everything went wrong, what does that mean?
Everything this season went wrong.
That's so would that not imply that a whole bunch of things? I don't know. I would say that kind of leaves a loophole, Grumpy, for them to have an excuse as to what there were excuses, right? I would say, hey, the team is just older. I don't know.
They started off 5-8, then they went home and they weren't good at home to start. They had the 11-game losing streak or 11-game losing streak. Everything went wrong this year. Long story short. Everything went wrong. The biggest thing I took from it was that all these other teams that have been eliminated have multiple first-round picks, multiple second, third, fourth-round draft picks, and we don't. And the fact that the final rating for the Islanders were that we're an old, slow team in a young, fast league, which is that's a perfect way to describe it.
Yeah, and not many young players to backfill with, so I will be interested to see kind of what transpires in the future. You and me both, Grumpy. Drew L says, speaking of Palmieri, he does things like once or twice a season. That's like McDavid-esque, and the rest, he's back to the right-wing version of average Anders.
Yeah, there's nothing special about Kyle Palmieri. Nothing.
I don't know. Kyle Palmieri's better than Anders Lee.
They're the same guy.
Oh, they're very different.
Same guy. The one strength that Palmieri has is he's a better skater than average Anders Lee. Average Anders Lee is a better player in front of the net. Other than that, they're the same player. Neither one is great defensively. They're not great stick handling. They're just average guys. They're just average guys.
That's where I disagree. Kyle Palmieri. Okay, well, we saw with Kyle Palmieri when Jensen just blew a tire because he went ahead and put an amazing deke on him. Do you ever think
put a deke on him? He got his legs crossed up. That was all on Nick Jensen not having good positioning.
It's not the first time he's done something like that where he's been able to walk around somebody. He's a very good stick handler. I think Kyle Palmieri has a better shot than Anders Lee does too, Grump.
That's true. He does.
So, I mean, like average Anders does one thing extremely well. And I don't think average Anders plays defense much better than Kyle Palmieri does. I think KP is probably a better defender than average Anders is. Would you say, hey, who would you rather have on a penalty kill first, Kyle Palmieri or average Anders? It would be Kyle Palmieri, no? I think Kyle Palmieri is a better player than Anders Lee.
I think they're basically the same player.
Different skill sets, but same talent level. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I think they're basically, that's what I said earlier.
You said you think they're basically the same player. Same player to me, and that's what I was trying to get clarification means that what, Grump?
My God. They're basically the same player. They both have different strengths and weaknesses, but if you average them all up, they're the same freaking guy. Just a guy. They're Jags. That's what they are. Okay. Except one Jag makes $2 million a year more for 3 extra years. That's the difference.
Angelo M says, hello, gentlemen. I can't wait till next year watching the same BS.
Yeah, like I said, I'm waiting to see if we do anything this off season. Like I said, when I hear comments, I always listen to what they say on the pregame and postgame shows, particularly the pregame, when they talk about certain players, because you can kind of get a little insight to the way the team is thinking. Chara's coming back. Char will be back next year.
You're not the only person I heard that from, and it's a scary thought. And the person said, oh, we'll have him as a 7th defenseman. I think to myself, he won't be a 7th defenseman if they bring him back. He will play as your bottom pairing defenseman. You're going to have could you imagine, Islander fans, Zdeno Chara playing every single night for another season. Do we think that helps our defensive cause or hurts us defensively?
It depends on how many minutes he gets a night and who the other defenseman we pick up is. You can't ride this with the saying, you can't ride getting rid of Andy Green and bringing in Robin Salo and expect something to be better. I mean, okay, Mayfield's going to be back.
Let's say, real quick question. Let's say they get rid of Andy Green and they trade for Chikrin. They give up Oliver Wahlstrom, a first round pick. They're going to have to give up a king's ransom for him. Let's say they do that. And let's say, hey, we're going to bring back Chara to fill that extra spot. So we'll have Chikrin and maybe Chara and Scott Mayfield will be matched together.
How is that? How does that match up for you? How do you like that matchup?
Oh, it's either going to be one or two things, right? Chara's going to match up with Scott Mayfield and they're going to play the least minutes, or they're going to play Chara the same exact minutes they currently do and keep Chara with Dobson and Mayfield with Chikrin, right? So Chikrin is more of the offensive defenseman. He could be more, free in the offensive zone, and Mayfield could be more of the stay-at-home guy, which he kind of likes playing that role. And you're going to have Noah Dobson and Zdeno Chara matched up for another year. And I can tell you one thing, if Chara's matched up with Dobson, he's going to be playing the normal 18, 19 minutes a night again next season.
Unless they put Noah Dobson on the third pair again.
Yikes. Well, the third pair might as well play the same exact as much as the second pair does, except Noah Dobson will get the power play time.
Yeah, well, like I say, that's a recipe.
I was about to say, it's not the answer to the team's problems. Re-signing back Zdeno Chara, and because he will play a top six role. Freaking book it. Book it now.
If that's what their big offseason move is, trading whatever young players we have for Jacob Chikrin, and we do nothing else, we're not making playoffs. Just not happening.
Pony Burkhardt is saying, we are a man down, Grump. We only dressed 17 skaters. The question is why? Why not throw Casper Holmstrom out there and see what, Josh Bailey 2.0 has in the tank? Here's the thing. I think that Brock Nelson was one of the game time decisions, was unable to play. And I know that you've got the playoffs coming up for Bridgeport Islanders.
Do they just have the bare minimum of players here, though? I mean, why? You trying to tell me we're only going with our regular skaters just in case somebody gets hurt in pregame. Well, let's say we get 6 guys hurt in pregame. Well, we'll just play with 10 tonight.
Well, let me ask you this. I understand that the Bridgeport Islanders, right, having them play in the playoffs is oh so important. Okay. Let me ask you this. Why would a young player not be frothing at the mouth thinking, holy shit, I'm going to finally have a chance to make my NHL debut? Doesn't matter if it's in game 80 when the season's over, they're still making an NHL debut.
Well, Robin Salo, who plays at Bridgeport, he's playing up today.
He was an emergency call-up. Today.
Well, why couldn't you have had 2?
I don't think that originally Zdeno Chara didn't skate this morning. So they had optional skate. He didn't skate, so they kind of knew ahead of time. Brock Nelson did the optional skate, and I think after that, he was ruled that he couldn't play at game time. So with Big Z, they knew ahead of time he wouldn't be able to play. With Brock Nelson, it was closer to game time decision.
Okay, but do they not have healthy scratches on, who are with the team all the time? Did they not? I know that, Bavillier's out, but you don't have any healthy scratches in your forward group?
Well, here's the thing, though, too. Your Otto Koivulas, they're not with us anymore. He's back down to Bridgeport, I believe. They got to get ready for the Bridgeport Islanders playoff run, Grump.
Like, who cares about the Bridgeport Islanders playoff run? I don't.
I think the Scumpster deserves some love. That Grump Scump love. God almighty. It's something about Flumpy Scump. It just sounds dirty. It sounds like you're meeting in the body, under a dimly lit alleyway where you're the Flumpy Scump. Pony Burkhardt says, Kyle, nobody except for the Islanders and Devil fans knows his damn name, Palmieri. That's true. Maybe Anaheim Duck fans, if they have him still out there, know his name, but not many.
Who's the only guy I didn't want them to trade for at the deadline last year? I was adamant about it. Kyle freaking Palmieri. I hate always being right. Take a shot.
There it is. There it is already. I tell you, you do during the actual podcast, Grump, you do at least 2, 3, or 4
No.
times a pod, anywhere from 2 to 4. Yeah,
Sometimes I do, but most times I don't even bring it up at all.
it's a cheap pop. You do it at least every podcast,
Not
bare
every
minimum
time.
once, and I'll say it's probably closer to 2 to 4 because sometimes if we have guests on, you'll do more than 4.
Yeah, because usually the guests we have are stupid.
Oh,
So, and I have to make sure that they know that I told them what was going to happen ahead of time. I
oh.
just wanted to make sure because they're so dumb, a lot of these guests, that I have to reiterate that this was going to happen. I told them previously it was going to happen.
Grumpy, it's not nice to speak about Phil's fiction. Don't speak badly of our guests,
I
Grumpy.
didn't
All of
say
our
who I
guests
was
are
speaking of.
brilliant people. I
I
know you're trying to come at Phil's fiction. Phil's fiction, come
I
come ready with a whole bunch of stats in metric numbers, and that's going to make Grumpy really happy. That's
I
usually where he's like, I hate these damn statistics and these numbers.
I never said anyone in particular. I never did.
Oh man. I want you to size says, are you going to start hating on Ross now? The fourth line is no worse now than it always has been. I think Ross plays well on the left wing. It's just like when they threw Bellows out there at the right wing. The guy's a natural left winger. I know that, hey, we're down and short on numbers, and that's why we can't produce anybody to play right wing. Simon Holmstrom, right? We're going to the playoffs now, and you've got this little 3-game stretch before the AHL playoffs begin. Why is Simon Holmstrom not up here?
First of all, I'm not bagging on Ross Johnston.
I said he didn't look good on the right wing. I don't think he does.
But here's the thing. I'm not bagging on him. The issue with that fourth line is you have Ross Johnston and Matt Martin out there at the same time. That's a recipe for disaster. And I'm going to tell you something else. Barry Trotz has sucked the competitive fire out of Ross Johnston. He had to play a more under control style. What I liked about him best when he was playing, when Waite was there, is he was just running all over the ice like his hair was on fire, hitting everything that moved. That's what made me love him. Barry Trotz comes in. You got to play under control. You got to do this. We're going to, once again, anything that makes you special, which is the physicality and aggressiveness, we're going to coach that out of you and try to turn you into one of my Autonatron robots. And that's what he's done, because Ross Johnston doesn't do any of the things he used to do for the most part. Maybe a little bit, but not much. Barry has killed his game. He wants to kill any individuality of any of the players. He hates it, just hates it. And what you're doing is, again, when a player has a certain skill set, you should do everything you can to promote that skill set. And I'm not saying fighting like Ross Johnston does. I'm just saying in a greater sense of the word. Instead of trying to take away the things that make a player special, you should tailor your system to where it'd be beneficial. What the things that they do best can better help the team.
Well, yeah, you always say that every single show, and it's never less true. But yeah, I don't know. Here's the way I look at it. Ross Johnson's better fitted for the left wing. He feels a little more natural there. It's unfortunate that Matt Martin is not being moved to the right. Matt Martin, I think, is the bigger anchor on that line. But that line, having both Ross Johnson and Matt Martin on the line at the same time is not good for success. And I think you'd find it hard to see anybody arguing against that.
Yeah. Like I said, Ross Johnston is Matt Martin, a younger, better version of Matt Martin. He's not Cal Clutterbuck. Cal Clutterbuck brings something else to the table that right now they're lacking. There was a nice mix. You had Casey with Cal doing some of that, and then you had Martin, who was, the aggressive player of yesteryear. And that's why I always say Ross Johnston could easily fill in for Matt Martin. Now, he's not a replacement for Cal Clutterbuck, though. Just not his skill set. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just the type of player he is.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that, Grumpy. And again, you got two players out there, just not needed, not needed. The City Life Project says, what's up, guys? What's up? The City Life Project, how are you doing? Croc, never going to hit 40 goals, Nelson. No,
True.
probably not.
True. He does have 10 more than his career high this year, though.
I mean, he's having a career season. Good for him.
Yeah.
Drew L says the goal fest starts now. I mean, this might be a game where we see quite a few goals scored. I don't think that Sorokin's looked all that great, and I think Washington's looked a little sloppy. So You might see quite a few more goals the rest of this game.
Both teams look a little shaky.
For certain. Mario says here, MSG owns the rights for all New York Metro, all New York Metro teams, and for the Sabres as well.
Yep, but just remember who's number one. It's the Rangers.
Yep, absolutely.
They play in Madison Square Garden. They've always been on Madison Square Garden Network. Always. They are the New York team that MSG really cares about.
Rich A said, guys, this team will be the exact same up front. The only changes will be a blue line at left defense or left defenseman.
Then just expect a repeat of this year, right?
I will reserve judgment on what we do in the offseason. I think we're going to make moves. I'm not sure how many. I'm not getting my hopes up, though. Every year I say now's the year. And people say, oh, well, now we have cap space. I've seen us mishandle cap before, and I wouldn't be shocked if we do so the same here. That's all I'm going to say. Christopher C. said, I think they're planning to lose on purpose.
No, they're not. They're not.
No. Yeah.
I tell you could just see Matt Barzal's individual skill here, or he really didn't do anything special, but they had to respect him and just play off him because they didn't want to get exposed.
I tell you, that was a risky play right there. They threw it in the Pulock skates, and Pulock and Pelech, almost gets the pass intercepted. They almost had an odd man break going the other way, but a nice job by Pelech just being able to throw that puck towards the net. Or yeah. I'm sorry, Pulock being able to throw that puck towards the net.
Very true.
Drew L said, I did an Islanders franchise on NHL 2020 or 2022. I practically did a develop prospect approach. I had the best defensive tandem, Ryan Merkel and Pelech for 5 seasons. Peter S says here, they are a waste of a team, talking about the Islanders.
Oh, maybe he was talking about Washington.
Hey, Peter, if you're talking about Washington, let us know. If you're talking about the Islanders, let us know. I would say probably the Islanders aren't a waste of it, or the Capitals aren't a waste of a team. They're 20 points ahead of us, so I assume he was talking about the Islanders.
Okay.
Joseph C. said, everyone copying 2014 Jacob deGrom in terms of their longer hair, especially in baseball.
Well, it takes a while to grow hair that long, so,
Not 6 years long, but, hey, it's coming in style.
We'll see.
Okay. Mario said, I went to the game against the Canes on Sunday and sat in section 321, which is approximately exactly the location where section 207 is at Barclays. Call me crazy, but the sidelines are better at Barclays.
Wow. See, I never heard that. I always heard that the sidelines at Barclays were terrible.
Ooh, an outer goes into the board hard.
But okay, you're looking at section 321 as opposed to section 207. So
he was saying it's synonymous. They're similar as to what the sections were, despite the number being higher.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. My God. Holy crap. Sorokin's all over the place. Wow, they blew the whistle despite Sorokin not having the puck.
You got lucky there.
Yeah, I was about to say the Islanders get a little lucky there. The ref is unable to see the puck, and they blow it dead. Oh, my God. Nice save. There's Martin. It was a nice save. It was a good pass.
Get the puck up, Martin. Get the puck up.
That's not a goal I ever expected.
And then he tumbles into the boards. He does his best Anders Lee impersonation, tumbling into the boards without any physical contact whatsoever.
Honestly, it was a good chance and opportunity by him. I don't ever expect him to convert a chance like that. If he did, I would be shocked, honestly. Yeah,
well, he missed one from a foot in front of the net against the Hurricanes on a beautiful pass from Matt Barzal on Sunday afternoon. That's for certain.
Pony Curtis saying, it's not just the facial hair, TJ. You can't have long hair on this roster under the Lou regime either. Okay, gotcha. So they can't have long hair. I didn't know that.
I don't see any guys with long hair ever on this.
Pulock was starting to grow his hair out a bit. And Matt Barzal kind of has long hair.
Nice pass.
Shoot Bailey.
Bailey.
God damn it.
Oh, shit.
It's like he was waiting for a wide open pass to the net. And I'm like, shoot the damn puck. Oh, my God. Then the Matt Barzal passes. Oh, nice shot.
Bailey just standing along the boards like a piece of crap.
I don't know why he didn't. Oh, my God. Washington does a little slipperoonie over there. Oh. No, Jesus Christ. What's Sam? I mean, he blocked the shot, but Christ, that was not a pretty save by Sin.
Is he hurt? Did he get a little hurt there?
I don't know. It was kind of a weird save.
You know,
That was a
there.
shot by Bellows, I believe.
No, that was by Palmieri. I'll tell you what, though. Barzell needs to be a little bit more selfish there. Yeah, it looks like he tweaked a little something going side to side.
Maybe hit him up in his face.
Yeah, that's all right.
Kyle Palmieri. Boom. He hit him up high. That's what it was. Nice
Yeah.
shot. Palmieri's looked great tonight. I think Palmieri's looked really, really good tonight.
Okay.
I'm not saying he's Hall of Fame or anything, Grump. I'm just saying I thought he's playing a really hard game tonight. I think there's nothing wrong with saying that.
Okay. I didn't say there's anything wrong with it.
Ryan Bullock with the power play goal with an effing laser, says Tom White. Absolutely. Tony Queso is saying here, when you guys were on your hiatus, I didn't watch a single game, only watching when you guys do. Well, we appreciate that, Tony Cheese. I was about to say, I try to look for fun things or funny, even if it's just, oh, wow, had to be offsides, right? Yeah, sure enough. I'm trying to find funny things and, either, gallows humor or just to sink into the despair a bit. I got to find something else to watch with the team because the product on the ice has not been interesting this year. We don't play entertaining hockey. It hasn't been very interesting. So we got to watch for other things. And, I'm looking at the young guys. I'm looking to see, what a few guys are with the heart they've got right now. I hate when a season's over that we just kind of give up a bit. You don't like to see the quitting guys. We're a team that never quits.
Why would Pelech throw that puck towards Pulak with two guys barreling down on him?
It's not the first time he's done it this game.
I know it's
he's looked great today.
No, I mean he hasn't looked good recently.
Drew L said, I definitely don't want to watch. I'm disappointed like everyone, but I love this team so much. And I know what, when the season's over, I will miss seeing the Islanders. That's what I said too. I called up Grumpy today and I said, Grump, are you sure we want to do the live stream today? I said, the team, a lot of people aren't watching, I don't think. And, it's hard to watch as, the demise is there as we're on a five game losing streak right towards the end of the season. But Grumpy encouraged me and got me here today. So thank you, Grumpy. Here you go, Grump.
And I just want to say, I'm going to miss seeing that baby.
This baby right here, Grump.
I love that baby. He's the greatest.
Well, Grump, he'll be here in the offseason. Danel's not going anywhere, Grump, but
I just love the baby. He's great. He is the absolute epitome of how Islander fans feel about how the season has gone.
Yeah, face palm. Noah W says the only reason I'm watching is because a few weeks from now I'm going to start asking myself, when does the season start? Yep, we'll all be doing the same. What do you always say, Grump? New life springs eternal or something?
I don't know. You butchered it.
I don't know, Grump. Why don't you focus on what I'm saying?
I heard you butchered it. I don't know what the saying is because you butchered it so bad. I'm gonna have to give it some thought. Hope springs eternal. Maybe that's what it is.
New hope springs eternal life.
Oh, geez. Like I said, just stop talking about that. You're butchering it again.
You know what I feel like sometimes? I feel like I'm talking to somebody who's a boomer who just like you're trying to talk to him. He's like, well, my show's on TV. I can't go ahead and multitask. That's what I feel like I'm talking to sometimes.
You know what I feel like? I feel like I'm talking
to a dumb kid. Yeah, I get it.
Who has no intelligence at all and knows nothing about anything. And they pretend they know something, and it makes it sound even worse.
I don't pretend I know anything, Grump.
Well, what does this mean?
I want you to show me a little attention, show the people. Oh my God, Sorokin! How the hell that slipped past him? Ooh.
Go look.
Anders Lee, God damn, he's so freaking slow.
And
he's unable to break through that.
He wound up stealing Orlov's stick. He's a thief too, as well as a shitty skater.
Oh man, hey, I'll take it. Steal another man's stick. I don't
walking right in Barzell.
Oh my God.
He's hurt. He's hurt.
He's pounding the ice. Okay. You should probably.
Why are they not blowing the whistle there?
I was about to say, it looked like you went to his head. Blow the whistle. Blow the freaking whistle.
Oh, come on. God. He's hurt. Pretty.
I was about to say, he's banged up. Blow the freaking whistle. The Islanders, here's the thing. Honestly, it's like in soccer. When a player gets really badly injured, you kick the ball away, you stop play. He's badly injured. What I'm shocked is, in a meaningless game when the season's over, they have no chance of the playoffs. Why they're not just like, okay, we see a guy hurt, just flip it to him or just stop play.
Yeah, I don't understand that either, honestly.
Rich A said, "Who are you kidding? I stopped watching before the All-Star break." Oh my goodness.
Well, you could have.
Drew L says here, Lou only accepts buzz cuts and crew cuts. After that, you're getting traded if you don't have one of those haircuts.
Unless you're over the age of 40.
Tom White says here, Trotz won't go. I think he did his best with what he was given to work with. Management has to give us better options via trade and free agent acquisitions. Honestly, I hope we make trade acquisitions and we do something in free agency. And I hope we don't get fleeced in those trades. But, management hasn't shown me the ability to do that successfully.
Here's the thing. Tom is not wrong with what he's saying, though. And I often say, okay, Barry Trotz gets the most out of this team that he can. We're not extremely talented. We're not. We have to play a certain way to be winning games. And I just think that we do need a whole lot of change on this team. And Barry Trotz isn't going to be part of that. Neither is Lou Lamoriello. I hate to tell you. They're going to kick the can one more time down the street next year, and they're both going to be gone. Lou's going to be up in a vice president, whatever, and Trotz will be somewhere else. They'll say, thank you, Barry Trotz. We're going in a different direction. We're doing rebuild. Because that's what will happen after next year. It will.
Dan, I don't disagree with that, Grump.
Tom is not wrong. He's not wrong.
No, he's not. And, Trotz, I think, has made mistakes this year. I hit off his foot. I think Trotz has made mistakes this year with player personnel decisions, and I think that's one of the weakest spots of his coaching style. Sometimes he's a little bit too rigid and subjective to saying it's the system or nothing. I think that sometimes hinders the play on the ice. I think player personnel decisions are a little questionable. Guess what? It's not like he's just had questionable player personnel decisions with the Islanders. He had that in Washington. He had that in Nashville. It's everywhere he's been. He's had questionable player personnel decisions sometimes when the team struggles.
He's a slave to his system. That he is.
Yeah, I don't disagree with Tom, though. Dan L says, sad but true. For certain it is. Drew L says, in all honesty, now that baseball bro flow hairstyle is actually so cool, I wish my hair could do that. I wish I could have long hair like that, but I'm a little follically challenged.
I could grow my hair long in the back. I can. And in the front, too, but, I can do like a flock of seagulls thing. But
can you go ahead and give us a little bit of the flow, Grumpy? Can you grow the mullet out?
I used to have a mullet.
I can only imagine the grumpy old man with a mullet.
It looked great. Looked better than what you're masquerading as.
Oh, get the hell out of here.
Like Thomas, like you got a raccoon on the top of your head.
Thomas B said, guys, this team is not that good. Trotz may have issues, but the talent is not there. Yeah, I think absolutely. Okay, the Hurricanes are still leading the Rangers 1-0. Big game, that is.
And Pittsburgh just scored to drop down the deficit 2-1. Boston showing, hey, we're not going away. 3-2 lead over Florida. That means Tampa Bay still got something to play for Friday night.
Here's the thing, guys. I worry about that, right? At least if Tampa had locked in the 2 spot or the 3 spot, right, they would be in a better situation. But now that they're thinking they could go ahead and face off against, they could be a wild card team. Yikes. I don't think that bodes well for us.
Oh, little penalty action. Somebody's going to the box.
If they have a reason to play for seeding, I think they're going to come out and play the last game of the season, right? If they had locked in their seed, perhaps you could say it's a reason to rest players and it's a reason to give them a little rest before the playoffs, kind of go half tilt. But if they have seeding to fight for, they will be fighting on Friday night.
Matt Martin sitting somewhere he's very accustomed to, the penalty box.
Spent a lot of time there. Him and the penalty box are great friends.
Yeah.
Deidre C, saying some of his line combinations are questionable. For certain they are.
I mean, I don't know what the call is.
He got what? Oh, he moved the puck with his hand. That's what he did. He must have grabbed the puck with his glove.
How is that
when you close the hand on the puck and you throw it forward, it's a penalty.
I hate that call.
Oh. Now let me ask you this. You think they come away with any points on this power play opportunity, or do we shut them out here, Grump, on the power play?
I think if anything, it'll just be 1 goal on the power play.
You know what I mean.
I'll tell you what, though. Tom Wilson has been invisible tonight.
That's correct. He's not been trying his normal dirty shit that he usually does. So that's always nice to see. That's what happens when you get Ross Johnson on the ice.
Yep. And he's playing on this power play unit. And, let's give Tom Wilson some credit. He has certainly developed as a pretty good hockey player.
He's a good hockey player. It's the stuff in between the whistles and the stuff that he does that are just, that's the in between the whistles of what drives me nuts. There's Roman Yossi. It's funny. We talked about him on the TJ and the Grumpy Old Man show. Roman Yossi has over 90 points this season. Would you ever think that Roman Yossi had 90 points with 3 games remaining? I certainly didn't. He's not a guy who was a household name despite having the most points by a defenseman since 1994. Think about that.
I also like the fact that the Islanders are giving Noah Dobson some penalty kill time as well.
Great. He needs to.
Absolutely. That's what you should be doing. The season's over. It's been over for a long time. And there's Oshie. Looks like he's coming back. You have to take
hobbling back
right off the toe.
Yep. He's hobbling back there.
I mean, he's everything you see is a fine young man. And I know his dad had Alzheimer's when they won the Cup a couple of years ago. It was kind of emotional when they won the Stanley Cup. And I just remember him for the United States in that Olympic game where it went to shootout. I think he took like Russia. 9 or 10 shootout attempts because you didn't have the individual players. So
yeah, so he was the designated shootout guy for Team USA, and he's really good at it. That's something he excels in. Tom White says Palmieri has more skill than Lee. Lee earns his gravy in the net front. Palmieri can transport the puck and skate better. I agree, Tom, for certain. I think Kyle Palmieri is a better player than Anders Lee. And I would argue, just makes you say, God almighty, in that contract. Thomas B said Grumpy is once again correct. Next year will be more of the same. Unless Lou trades for first-round picks in a deep draft, we will continue to have a terrible prospect pool. There is no elite talent.
Right. And, that's something that takes a while to build up. And, Islander fans, and this is an off-season question, are going to have to ask themselves, do you want one more attempt to try to qualify for the playoffs before breaking it all down and starting over from scratch because that's where we're at? Or do you say, you know what, let's be proactive? Well, I guess they've missed on the proactive part.
They missed it.
Because they should have done it this year. But do you want to throw more prospects and young players like a Bavillier and a Wallstrom in a shot to chase a Chikrin, let's say, for one more kick at the can? I mean, and that's a question Islander fans have to ask. What would they rather have? And that'll be an off-season discussion.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. We're discussing it now, but just because you mention it, I have to mention the counterpoint, right? You want to make sure you have a fine balance because you can't say, "Oh, now we're doing a full rebuild." As how are you gonna encourage Sorokin and Matt Barzal if you're gonna go full rebuild where things are gonna get really ugly? And here's the thing, right? Even if we don't do it now, things at one point in time will get very ugly in all likelihood. Teams always go in ebbs and flows with rebuilds and with success time periods. You don't stay on the top forever. You don't stay ideally on the bottom forever. Tom White says, at times, yeah, but I think he's trying to find the best fit for some of the guys, and he keeps things even. Barzal is going to pull a Nacho, says Dimitri P. What is that? Nacho Libre?
I wonder if he's talking about Nacho from Better Call Saul.
What's that?
Forget it. I'm not explaining it to you.
God damn, Grumpy. I want you to tell me. So people, if you don't.
No, I'm not explaining the show Better Call Saul to you. I'm not doing it.
What does Nacho from Better Call Saul do, damn it? I don't need
a character. He's a character in the show.
Does he go crazy? Does he leave town? Does he run a meth shop? What does Nacho do, Grump? You can't explain me that one little thing.
He's on the run right now, Nacho.
Okay, so he's running. He's running from the cops. Gotcha. Drew L says, all right, Grump.
He's not running from the cops. Just don't even worry about it.
Who's he running from?
Like I said, I'm not explaining the show to you. It's been on this is the 6th year it's been on. I'm not explaining the first 5 years and the whole cinematic structure of that show. I'm not doing it.
You can't keep it simple like Heisenberg, right? Has cancer, wants to earn money for his family, so he sells meth. You couldn't tell me Nacho on the run from evil bad guys because he doesn't like.
You don't even know who Nacho is.
That's right. I don't know what the show is.
Exactly. I'm not going through and explaining to you the whole theory of the show. I'm not doing it.
Don't need the theory of the show.
The show's called Better Call Saul. That's the name of the show. It's not the Nacho show.
Oh my God.
I like Nacho's character, by the way.
Jesus. Yeah, I like Nacho a lot too. Him and I are best buds. Ponybar Curtis said, Kyle, the only guy Grump didn't want at the deadline, Palmieri. That would also be accurate.
True.
James F says, what's up, guys? Watching the latest episode of Better Call Saul. Have you seen it, Grumpy? Got another Better Call Saul. Another one.
Better Call Saul's a great show. I wouldn't expect a dullard such as yourself to even it's first of all, it's such a good character development show that you would have got bored and walked away because not enough shooting. Why aren't they shooting everyone every episode? Why is there no nuclear bombs being dropped on the high school?
I don't watch any movies or any cinema.
It's a television show. It's not a movie.
It's cinema, right? That's television show is cinema. I don't watch cinema for the most part. Sorry, Grump. I watch some items, but nothing. I'm sure nothing like you do. Barry and the automated automatrons.
I have DVR'd it, but I have not watched the last episode.
Yeah, it's on Netflix now.
The first 5 seasons are on Netflix. This season 6 just started last week.
Okay. Dimitri P said Barzal is kept captive just like Nacho Vargas or Varga.
Nacho Varga, that's him.
God, why is Nacho Varga captive, Grump?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Like I said, I'm not spending a half hour explaining to you the intricacies of that show.
I need a broad overview, damn it.
No, not happening.
Ponyboy Curtis says that Josh wants to watch Wayne Simmons.
Wow.
Gosh, I didn't read the rest of that one. Ponyboy, come on, Josh.
Call him a cuck.
Oh, man.
Josh the Cuck Bailey.
Oh, gosh. James F. says, I got to read the comment all the way through. Now Wallstrom's going to the box. What did he do? I got so enthralled trying to figure out who Nacho Varga is.
Stick up.
High stick. He did high stick him. Got to be under control of your stick, Wallstrom. Oh, dude, look at Barry. Holy shit. He looks like he could burn. X-Men, right? The guy who Cyclops, you could burn hole through things. He looks like he was Cyclops with that eye stare, Grump.
Who's Cyclops? How did he turn into Cyclops? What do you mean?
Actually, I don't know how he turns into Cyclops. But you know what Cyclops does? He lifts his little visor off and burns holes through things. See how easy that was, Grump? Jason Vargas.
Nacho doesn't do that. He's not a superhero. He's just a guy.
Nacho Vargas.
It's Varga, not Vargas.
Sorry again. I don't know a fictitious character's name of a show I've never watched, Grump. James F says here, guys, I'm getting nervous about the Darren Waller trade for first round draft picks. Oof. Yikes.
Supposedly, they say that they're not trading Waller.
He's a good tight end, a good receiving tight end. That's for certain.
He is.
Joseph C said they preempt Islander games for Devil games here. If they're on at the same time, the Devils have much better ratings. Don't know how.
They score goals. They're more fun to watch. They have a hot intermission girl. Those are just some of the reasons.
Oh, is that what it is? They're all looking for the intermission lady. That's what it is. Ponyboy Curtis says, Kyle, he bought a house on Long Island, so we must sign him Palmieri. That's also accurate. Anytime Grump brings up Kyle Palmieri buying a house or how Gretzky or Bossy couldn't play for Barry Trotz, take a shot. Well, here we go.
Now that I have been saying that recently.
3 shots a game.
Here's the thing. I was on the Bossy Gretzky thing, and then I was off for a while, but then, with Mike Bossy passing away and then just watching how bad the Islanders are, I'm back on it. But it's the truth.
Oh, man.
Mario couldn't have played for him either.
Oh, there we go. Adding to the list. Ponyboy Curtis said Martin used to have really long hair, and now he doesn't. So maybe they do. So did Scott Mayfield. Now he's got shorter hair.
God, Pellick got freaking walked around.
My God, yikes. Pellick has not looked good these last few games. I know it's the end of the season, but he has not looked good these last few games. Wow.
It seems like this game is just like half a step off everyone.
Nice job by Sorokin. I mean,
he knew Bailey was over there, so he had to do something.
Oh,
smart.
God almighty. That was Jean-Gabriel Pageau mismarking his man.
Why don't
Look
we
at all
have
these chances Washington had on the power play.
Why don't we have chances like that?
Well, they are in a power play. Oh, my God, you're right. Oh, he just got walked around, Pellick did. Christ.
He's not been great this year.
Well, towards the tail end. He was good. He was good for a lot of games. I don't think the last 10 games, I don't think he's been great.
He was okay. Go Wally. Let's see. Oh, Wally.
Oh my God. He just got checked into the freaking bench. Take a seat here, buddy.
Uh-oh.
That's right.
Maybe get our boy Ross Johnston out there.
I was about to say, things are getting a little physical. Time to bring Ross out here. Come on, Matty B.
Come on, Matty.
Come on, Matty B. Shoot the puck. Drop it. Oh, God. He's playing with the puck too much right now. Get the
no.
Average.
Shit falling down.
Jesus, average. Average Andrews. Gotta love it.
I say it got deflected.
Oh man, unfortunate. I was hoping the Islanders could get a little power play opportunity out of that.
I like that Hathaway punk. I don't like him. Oh man, Wally, take a seat.
I was about to say he's. Oh, God, what a flopping bastard! After you flop like that, I wish you would have fought him. My gosh. Punterberger said, TJ, can you stand up and show me your weird ass shirt? Yeah, I can do that here. Don't worry.
It says miss.
No, it says mess with the honk and you get the bonk.
Jesus Christ.
Mess with the honk and you get the bonk, Grump. You see that goose with a little thing in his mouth? Mess with the honk and you get the bonk.
If I saw you walking down the street, this would be my face like, what the hell?
It's a game. It's a video game on Steam. You wouldn't be aware of it, Grump.
Even worse. It's a video game.
Yeah. It was popular.
Always with the videos.
Into videos, right? You know who PewDiePie is, Grump?
Cutie Pie. I've heard the name.
Not Cutie Pie. PewDiePie. Felix Schellberg.
PewDiePie?
Yes. Do you know who PewDiePie is?
It sounds like a jerk.
He's the most popular YouTuber on the planet. He's
very like I said, sounds like a jerk.
No, he's funny. He's very genuine. You don't get there being a jerk, Grumpy. He's a very genuine guy. At least that's what I get the feeling of. Nick D said, Grump, when are you gonna open your letter to yourself from the beginning of the season?
I got it right over there. I can pull it out right now.
Or do you want to wait until Saturday's podcast?
That's what you said last Saturday. I can do it for Saturday. It's right there. It's right there.
When the season's over, right?
Sitting right there. That's fine.
Here's the thing. I think we should do a drink along game on Friday for the last game of the season. That'd be fun. Every time. That'd be a fun one. I could enjoy that. A drink along game.
These little girls look like they're having fun. They're looking at themselves on the screen. Good for them.
Yeah, okay, here's the thing. As a kid, when you're on the TV screen or the jumbotron, that's like awesome. You're like, oh, look at me, I'm on the jumbotron. That was so much.
They're always like this. They're like, oh look at me, I'm right over there. Hey, hi.
The joy you get in those kids' faces are always awesome like that.
I like the kiss cam.
Thing is, I hate how they always add the one person who's like a paid actor, where it's like, ooh, this person's not going to kiss his wife, and this person in the background is going to drink his beer, and he's going to kiss it. It's just like, come on. I know they're all paid. Come on.
You know they don't do that, right?
What?
You know they don't do that. They don't have paid actors in the freaking stands on the kiss cam. I'm
telling you, some of the teams do, Grump. Some of the teams have paid actors. I'm telling you, some of them do. And some of them where it's like, oh, he won't kiss her. And so she kisses the person next to him, or she kisses somebody and, they're an empty seat.
Kisses the person
and they do the kiss cam with her husband. And it's like, dude, it's all over the place. It's all fake.
That would stop. That would start a fan fight, which we could then talk about.
It doesn't start a fan fight because it's fake, Grumpy. That's why. It is fake. They're sometimes fake. They're fake people that are planted in sometimes to cause a little bit of extra reaction from the fans in the stands. Simple as that. David D says here, play all the youngsters. Why bother playing the veterans? We're not making any moves in the offseason, going into the next season with the same roster.
I think there'll be a couple of changes, but not enough to make a difference.
Jurel said, good point, Nick. I want to see what skeletons Grump is hiding in his closet. I'm only joking, Grump. Whoa, what skeletons you hiding in that closet there? David D says,
the envelope.
I know. Ooh, I know. I tell you,
I think I might have oversold the envelope.
I was about to say, man, you've been talking about the envelope for like months, and people are expecting you to have some omnipotent prediction. I'm not sure if you do. I think
I don't remember exactly. The order I had the teams in, all the teams, but I think I know there's one I absolutely missed on. That much I can tell you.
The Flyers. Yeah.
Absolutely. I thought they were a playoff team this year. Man, was I wrong on that.
I told you when you said it to me and you said it on the show, I said, you're nuts.
But you know
I
what?
thought the Islanders would be in playoffs,
That
though.
doesn't disappoint me at all. I love being wrong, saying they were going to make the playoffs. As a matter of fact, they couldn't have been better.
Oh.
I hate the Flyers.
David D said, I call it like it is. The team it's not good enough. Why sugarcoat it? The team as constructed cannot last in 82 games in a full season.
Right. We made 2 playoff runs in shortened seasons with an older team.
Vasalis, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name, S says here, do you think the Trotz system is holding Barzal back from being as best as he can be?
Yes, absolutely. And those are some beautiful children there, Vasilis.
There it is. I pronounced the name right. I'm happy for myself. Yes, Vasilis, I agree. Christopher C said, whoever plays the Capitals in the playoffs, they're lucky if Ovechkin isn't there. Why would anybody want to face them? I know I don't. I think Ovechkin, I don't know how long Ovechkin is going to be out for. I know
I don't know either.
I know he's got the upper body injury / shoulder injury, whatever that is. So, I mean, he could be, from the injury time period, he could have a week and a half off. And even if he misses game 1 or something, or, possibly 2 games, he could be 2 weeks off and possibly healthy. So back, towards the tail end of the series or the middle of the series. So I don't know.
If he misses more than a game or 2, they're done.
Ponyboy Curtis says Golden Knights are not making the playoffs. Laugh my ass off. Here's the other thing. Did you see what Robin Leonard did?
I did not.
Not happy about the way he's been treated there. And he said, screw it, I'm taking, as the season looks like it's not possible they can make playoffs, he's going to get season-ending surgery, I'm sorry. So, I mean, technically, right, they still have a chance. There's, they're 3 points out of a playoff spot with the same exact games to play, but they lost, I believe. You okay, Grump? Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No worries. I actually like that sound. But they lost to the Dallas Stars yesterday, and I think that's the nail. Or they're playing the Dallas Stars today. I'm sorry, they lost in overtime in shootout to the Sharks. But Robin Leonard's having season-ending surgery, so that pretty much I think puts the nail in the coffin for the Vegas Golden Knights, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, talk about underachieving. They made the big deal for Eichel, and they've just kind of.
Eichel is cancerous, says Ponyboy Curtis. It looks like he could be a cancer in the locker room.
They got buffaloed.
Buffalo got the better end of that deal, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely.
The way it looks right now, I would. Yeah. I know the best talent probably is Jack Eichel, but man, Peyton Krebs has played well. Alex Tuch has played well. First round picks. I would say maybe Buffalo got the better end of the deal.
Yep. And they get Vegas's first round pick this year, which is going to be out of the playoffs. So, it can't go any better than that.
Yep. Buffalo. I'm
having a hard time with these jerseys today because you got both goalies are number 30 and they have the same colors. And for some reason, I'm thinking the Islanders are playing with the dark jerseys today. I realize it's stupid, but like I said, the colors are so similar that it's like, okay, who is who?
Oh man. Well, I don't like their alternate jersey. I think it kind of looks. Oh, who the hell was that who just got abused? What defenseman? Aho was just abused by the Capitals forward. My God.
But see, here's the thing. You watch Aho over the last 10, 15 games. What does it tell you about him? And what did I say all year? Play the young guys who could be part of the solution. Aho is at best, a bottom 6 defenseman, but
ideally, number 7.
In reality, he's a number 7. But how you find that out? By actually playing him. And here's the thing. It's not that I don't think he has any type of talent, because he does, but he's just too slight. Easily bodied up the puck. We are showing some sustained pressure here at the end of the first period.
I'd say we had about 3 or 4 good opportunities. I mean, Samsonov came up big, but the Islanders had quite a flurry of opportunities in the last minute of the period. It looks like the second period is going to end with no goals scored, a 1-1 tie between Washington and the Islanders.
What do you think about the fans who, when a play gets, they start banging on the glass? What do you think about those fans?
In the playoffs, I get it. In the regular season, not so much.
I don't get it, period.
In the playoffs, man, it's just a different atmosphere. I'd do that. I would do that if I was on the front. If I was on the ice,
Man,
I'd do that.
Pellick again. End of the period. I'm sorry. So you think it's cool to be back?
I would do that in the playoffs, not in the regular season, but in the playoffs. Dude, it's the atmosphere. In the playoffs, I do it, not in the regular season.
Banging on the glass.
Because I'm into it. I want the players to be into it because we're maniacs. I was about to say the Caniacs, but we're not. So I don't even know what the Islander fans are crazy, Grump. That's why I do it. Absolutely.
Well, Washington's fans are doing it. Look at Casey. Looks like he wants to give Ellers a little smooch there.
No, he's not Brad Marchand.
That's a lick. Smooch and a lick are two different things.
I thought he kissed him too that one time.
Licked him.
I knew he licked him, but I thought he kissed him earlier, but maybe not. Okay. No. Frank K said Matt Martin is finished.
True. He was finished when he was a $6 million man. He's finished this year when he's the $4.5 million man. Next year, he's going to be finished as a $3 million man. And then after that, he'll be finished as the $1.5 million man.
Last year, he played all right.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. No,
better than this year. Better than this year.
Shit. Okay. Yeah, better than this year. Char was better last year than this year.
Yes.
What does it matter? They suck both years.
David D says, we'll roll with the same team next year, minus Green and Chara. Give it one more shot, LOL. I think we may bring Chara back.
Wow. Think about that. Think about that.
That's scary. It's scary to even dream of.
Yeah.
Punaberger said, say what you want about Grump, but I'd love to see Varlamov get traded and see Robin Leonard back on the Islanders sweater with Sorokin.
No way Robin Leonard's coming back here. He wants to be a starter. He would not be the starter here. Would he be comfortable? It sounds like he's got a problem with how he's being handled in Vegas. How do you think he'd be handled here?
We always had a good relationship with him.
Yeah, but it's because he was playing. Something. If you think yourself, if you think, okay, what's a team that needs a goalie? Buffalo. Send him back to Buffalo. New regime there. I just don't think Robin Leonard's that great. I think he benefited playing for our system. That's what I think about him.
Oh man, I tell you, look at that redirection in the net. Frank K says this roster can't grind it out for 82 games. And here's the other thing too about Robin Leonard. I love him. He's got a special spot in Islander fans' hearts. What I don't want to see happen is if he comes back, somehow things go sour or wrong, and it mars my opinion of him. That, like, from a fan standpoint, that's what I don't want to see happen. I put him on such a high pedestal because of his, the personal struggles that he was able to overcome with the Islanders. I don't want my opinion from him to be affected. And that's selfish on my part, but that's my thought process.
Okay. That's fine. Like I said, I just never thought he was great. I think he's good. And I think he really benefited playing here. The problem I had was bringing Varlamov in and giving him a 5-year contract. That was unnecessary.
I'm trying to see, man. Yeah, the Islander fans are giving him, they're giving him appreciation posts.
He's not coming back here. Forget it. He's not coming back here to be a backup. That will not happen. And he won't go to Buffalo either because it ended poorly there.
I'm trying to see. Yeah, he decided to undergo season-ending surgery yesterday.
No. Ooh, bless you.
Thanks.
Big sneeze.
I figured you have something to say, but I guess not.
Well, I was too busy watching you, doing whatever you were doing there.
Wow, I tell you, the fan base apparently has been treating him very poorly. Is what it is.
Because he hasn't played well. If you don't play well, you're going to hear from the fan base.
Well, they did. Here's the thing, too. They ran freaking Marc-Andre Fleury out of town, too.
Not true. Not true. That was ownership. And the GM. That was not the fans. The fans loved Marc-Andre Fleury. Loved him. Maybe that's why they're giving Leonard a hard time, because they wanted to keep Fleury. Fleury was really beloved there. You forget. I mean, he's universally loved. Marc-Andre Fleury, universally loved.
Oh man.
But you know what time it is, TJ?
No, Grumpy. No, wait. I don't know what time it is. What time is it, Grump? I
Isn't
don't
it
care
like
if we have it. If you do that, do you not remember? I'll do it, but I'll talk to you afterwards. I guess you're not remembering how things are done, but that's fine. Today's ad is brought to you by DraftKings. Hockey fans, feel the action on the ice like never before with DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of the NHL. Right now, new customers can bet just $1 on any team to win and get $150 in free bets if they do. If Sportsbook isn't available in your state yet, you can still hit the ice for cold hard cash. New customers can make their first or New customers can make their first deposit and play free for thousands of DraftKings daily fantasy hockey contests and draft your lineup of 8 skaters and a goalie and rack up points for goals, assists, saves, and more. DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable. And best of all, you can deposit and withdraw your cash whenever you want. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use the promo code THPN and bet just $1 on any NHL team to win and get $150 in free bets if they win. Again, that's promo code THPN at DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of the NHL. Must be 21 years or older. Restrictions apply. See additional notes in the description below.
very good?
Okay, Grump. Paulo C here says the average age for Pittsburgh, roughly about 28.69 years old. The average age for Washington and Boston, 27.9 years old. And the average age for the Islanders, 29.69 years old. So those three teams are old too.
True, but we're 2 years older than Washington and Boston and a year older than Pittsburgh. And what's the one thing that they have? They have really talented players on their team.
I think it's also worth mentioning Chara and Green really skew that scale toward the Islanders are a lot older. Here's the other thing, though. You're right. Those teams have a lot more talent than us. Simple as that. They do. Boston has more talent. And think about this. Bergeron is really up there in age, but Bergeron's an elite talent. And you look at Pittsburgh, right? Crosby and Malkin, they're up there in age. They're Hall of Famers, first ballot Hall of Fame guys. And you look at Washington, Ovechkin's up there in age. John Carlson's up there in age. Those are guys are Hall of Fame caliber players.
Yeah.
So, they age, when they get into the 30s, they start on a downhill, they start on a decline. Hall of Fame caliber players have the ability to prolong their career longer than normal guys.
Right, because they're just superior talents.
True. And here's the thing, too. Zach Parise, people say, well, Zach Parise has really busted his ass. Zach Parise has worked hard. Look at all this production Zach Parise has had this year. I think Zach Parise has busted his ass. He has performed this year. Here's the other thing. Zach Parise in his prime was better than any Islander skater on this team. And I defend that. Zach Parise in his prime was better than Matt Barzal is currently at this moment. He's better than Anders Lee ever was in his prime. Brock Nelson, doesn't matter. Zach Parise was the best in his prime, was better than any player on this Islanders team.
True.
Simple. That's why he can continue to perform at this age.
Yes.
Again, I think I don't expect him to fall off the cliff next year. I don't expect the same production, right? I expect continue to decline little by little every year. He'll be 38 next year.
Yeah.
We signed him to a 2-year deal or a 1-year deal?
1. I think Clutterbuck was for 2.
Clutterbuck was 2. Okay, gotcha. I expect Clutterbuck to decrease a little bit. 36-year-old fourth line guy who plays a physical style of hockey. He's not going to get better with age.
My thing is, okay, Parise was a more talented player than anybody else, but here's the thing. He wasn't anywhere near as talented as a Crosby or a Malkin or an Ovechkin. So even the most talented old guy on our team isn't close to the most talented player on the other teams who are older.
I agree with that.
Think Marchandson I think he's 32, going to be 33 next year.
Marchand's another guy I forget about. Marchand in his prime was, I don't know. I'd say he's comparable in his prime to what Zach Parise was.
No, Marchand was better. For overall game, Marchand. I hate him, but he's a guy that you'd love to have on your team, but man, you hate playing against him.
I understand that. I certainly do. Drew L says, guys, I can't believe it. Joey Gallo just hit a home run. Well, it's either strikeout or home run for Joey G. Christopher C said, I don't trust draft picks. They shouldn't, and you shouldn't either. They take forever to develop. Plus, you don't know how much, or you don't know if, you don't know if they're going to pan out, essentially.
Yeah, but the whole thing is they're the lifeblood of your team. You can't play a whole bunch of old guys. Eventually, they age out.
You got to have a mix. Got to have some vets with some young guys.
And draft picks are inexpensive in the salary cap era.
What do you mean?
Draft picks are inexpensive.
You mean
Veterans cost more
you
money.
mean invaluable?
No,
Inexpensive?
they're inexpensive.
So
Draft picks are inexpensive in the salary cap era, where veterans cost a lot more money.
guys on entry-level deals are inexpensive. Okay, I gotcha. I was thinking you're talking about draft picks, the value of a draft pick. I wasn't quite understanding, but I understand now. Thank you. Tom White here says, I don't think we need a full-on rebuild. I agree, Tom. Get rid of our anchors, which will be tough, and the fourth line. Bellows, Chara, Green, trade them for picks, sign a couple free agent forwards, and fill the holes. I wouldn't be shocked if Green retires at the age of 38. Regarding Chara,
He's an unrestricted free agent.
do I see us re-signing him? I hope not, but I could see us doing that. And Bellows is a guy who, here's the thing, I don't root against the young guys. I hope they get every opportunity and chance. I feel like he would get a better opportunity with another team. I think a guy who he would be on most teams in the league, he'd be given a chance at least to be a bottom six guy. The chance he's getting now, and I think he's looked good. He's produced. I haven't had any issue with the way Kiefer Bellows has played in this last stretch. None at all.
Here's the thing. The fourth line. No one's going to want Matt Martin. 2 years left at 1.5 per. No one wants Casey Zizekas. 5 years left. $2.5 million per year. Cal Clutterbuck just signed a 2-year extension. He's not going anywhere. Bellows is a restricted free agent. Char and Green are unrestricted free agents. Can't get anything for them. And once again, if you sign free agent forwards, you have to move some of the high price guys on this team. A Bailey, a Bavillier, Palmieri, Pajot, Lee, Nelson. They're all on long-term contracts. Unless you move some of those guys out, there's no spots for any new free agents to come in and play. There just aren't.
I feel like, unfortunately, a lot of guys who get tied to big cap or guys who have modified no move, modified no trade clauses, etc. It's going to be tough to move them. I don't know. Here's the thing. I will remain somewhat optimistic. I have been overly optimistic the last 2 off seasons about moves, about, potential ways that we could finagle the cap, about additions we can make, trades that were possibly available. And every year I've been disappointed. I've been disappointed most times at the trade deadline as well. I will be more reserved this year in the offseason. Simple as that. And just because I've been disappointed too many times before in the past. Simple. What, Grump?
Nothing.
Ponyboy Curtis says, dude, TJ, Roman Yossi is definitely a household name to anybody who follows hockey and is known as the best defenseman in the league. If you are a casual hockey fan who doesn't really watch games until the playoffs, I don't think you know who Roman Yossi is just because he plays for Nashville.
I mean, we know who Roman Yossi is, but I didn't realize he had 90 points this year.
91 points.
Okay.
He's still got 2 games left, 2 or 3 games left that he could still amass more points, but he's not a guy who's a household name. When you think best defenseman in the NHL, that's not one of the guys that comes to the name. I mean, I would say Adam Fox is a more well-known defenseman, like a household name.
In New York.
That's what I'm saying. Where you play affects that. People would think John Carlson just because, okay, Washington. Oh, yeah.
I don't think.
Victor Hedman, because they go to the playoffs every single year.
To me, it's Hedman.
Everybody knows.
To me, it's Hedman. Number one.
I'm just saying he's notable. I would say people know Erik Karlsson's name more than they know Roman Yossi's name, just because of what Erik Karlsson did in Ottawa. I firmly believe that.
Okay. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. I just want to give people some score updates.
Oh, do you want me to give them updates, Grump? I don't need you to be looking that up. If
I can do it. Looks like Carolina is going to clinch the Metro Division title tonight. They have a 3-1 lead over the Rangers at the end of 2. Pittsburgh down 2-1 to Edmonton, entering the third period. Tampa Bay up 3-1. Watch out, Tampa Bay. Watch out, watch out. And Boston a 3-2 lead over Florida at the end of 2. Those are the only games that really count.
Okay, Vegas and the Dallas Stars is a close game. That's a game that obviously has major playoff implications. Vegas Golden Knights and Dallas Stars tied at 0 apiece at halfway through the first period. Again, Vegas is 3 points behind the Dallas Stars. Vegas Golden Knights have to pretty much win every game out, and they have to beat the Dallas Stars in regulation tonight.
Yes. Loser point, not good enough.
Not good enough is right, Grumpy. Tony Kessa said, Ponyboy Curtis up for comment of the year. Yeah, and talk about spoiler alerts. Jesus, guys. I've only seen the first 2 episodes of the new season. What's that? Better Call Saul? Well,
Yeah, we didn't talk about anything about spoilers at all.
Pellick looks like the 2017-18 Pellick again today. Oh, man. And I can say the same thing about LeBron, TJ. He indeed is a flopping bastard. Josh the Cuck Bailey wants, oh, Jesus Christ. No, we're not showing that one, Pony Boy. I don't know why I didn't read it ahead of time. My God. Soda Pop Curtis says, this guy, Soda Pop Curtis says, this guy is married to a doctor. Goose Tank Top McGillicuddy over here.
Oh, wow.
Now, who is that a picture of? Is that Rob Lowe?
That's Rob Lowe. He played Soda Pop Curtis in The Outsiders. Have you ever heard of that book?
I've heard of that. I didn't know Soda Pop Curtis was a guy's name. Okay, so this is outsider trivia now.
See, that's why we can't talk about any of those things. You're exasperating.
Drew L says, listen, Grump, I'll give you a pass because you're an old cultured swine when it comes to the internet, but don't disrespect PewDiePie. He's a super nice guy. Felix Schellberg, Grumpy, you don't even know who he is.
I don't. Anybody who's got a name like that says it all.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
What's his real name?
It's Felix Schellberg.
Felix Schellberg. He should have stuck with that.
No, PewDiePie. Oh, God almighty. God almighty. That's what he had as his. I can't even get with you. It's too much to. It's too.
Now
much.
You know what it's like. Now you know what it's like whenever I talk to you about anything.
You know how our names are TJ and the Grumpy Old Man? Well, the YouTube channel's name is not TJ and the Grumpy Old Man. Another podcast is called that, but our podcast on the Islanders is called Islanders Never Say Die Podcast. His YouTube page is called PewDiePie. It's not Felix Schellberg Show.
Starring, is it PewDiePie starring Felix Schellberg?
No, it's just PewDiePie. It's okay. Our show is not the Islanders Never Say Die podcast starring TJ and the Grumpy Old Man. It's just the Islanders Never Say Die podcast.
All right, next comment.
Oh, man, oh, man.
We already spent way too much time on that.
You don't like PewDiePie, Grump? So, TJ, I don't know if you remember the comment I made like 6 months ago about my friend who can't get a girlfriend to save his life. Well, he just formed with a frat and he didn't get a dance with it. Oh, man.
Oh, that's too bad.
Soda Pop Curtis says, TJ is probably right about the actors. Thank you, Soda Pop. It's like radio nowadays. All those prank calls and the War of the Roses, they're all actors.
That's not true on the Kiss Cam.
Yes, it is. And
it's not true on the Kiss Cam.
Some of the Kiss Cams are real. Some of them are fake and planted to be like.
They're all real.
Give me a second. After I get through the comments, after I get caught up on the comments, I'll show you when they're fake. Tom White said, I don't think Barzal is being held back. Trotz wants him to defend responsibly, and Barzal has possessions of puck more than any other player on this team. He makes more miles. He makes more miles with the puck with minimal results. He's not a shooter. He's a passer. The problem is he has nobody to play with. Anyone who does play with him has no idea where he's going.
It's because he's not a fit for this system.
I think he is a better player. He is more of a transition skater and a transition forward than anything else. I think he thrives when he has a team where he can transition and quick strike with counters. I think he struggles when you get set up and we have to worry about going through the offensive zone and we're a dump and chase type team. How often you look at our points through transition, we are dead last in the NHL, 5-on-5 points and goals through transition. We don't get and generate a lot of opportunities in transition on 5-on-5 hockey. And when he doesn't have that, it's tough for him to be successful. I think that the system a bit, it doesn't help. Defending responsibly is important, but it doesn't help his offensive game.
He's not a fit for this system. And Barry never lets the players who have skill play to their strengths, period. If you put Matt Barzal on a different team, a team like Florida, he'd have 150 points a year. He's that good offensively. And here's the thing. He doesn't have to – when you are that talented offensively, you don't have to be a Selke Trophy finalist. It's not what the game is about. Play to your players' strengths. Coach your team based on players' strengths. We don't have any talented players who can play with Matt Barzal and bring out the best in him. We just don't.
Do you think they ask – and think about this. Cale Makar is a defenseman. Do you think they tell him, hey – stop worrying about jumping up so much in the offensive game. We want you to be more of a stay-at-home defenseman. Hell no. They say play your game, put up points, and you can work on a few items on the defensive side of the puck. But your job here is to put up points and play defense. Put up points being important.
Man, Pulak just what a brutal turnover.
The third period, by the way, has started. 18 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the third period. A 1-1 tie between the Islanders and the Washington Capitals.
I mean, defensively, we're just not real good. And let's see what happens again. Pulak and Pelech again, they've just not been good this year. I'm sorry. And I know he wants to keep them together, but at some point in time, you need to mix it up a little bit. Very frustrating.
It is. Oh, is that not a little bit of interference?
It sure was.
Okay.
Thank goodness. Wilson.
I'll be honest with you, too. Matt Barzal, I think, did the thing where he grabs Wilson's stick and he kind of sells it a bit as an interference call. I don't mind.
He was interfering with him the whole way.
Tom Wilson's already got his playoff beard ready.
Yeah.
I hope Peter Laviolette looks confused as to why there was an interference call on the ice.
I don't know where he must have went to TJ's barber to get that haircut.
He looks amazing. Okay, yes, he definitely sold that a bit. I'm not complaining. He definitely sold that a bit.
Oof.
Ooh, that hit off the post. Almost found a sneak its way in off of Sorokin's back.
I'm going to tell you what. You look at Washington's players. They're really able to put those shots in tough spots for goalies to save.
They throw the puck on net from about every single angle, and they have a lot of those chances that I think they're able to convert. I mean, yes. They've looked dangerous from these close angle shots and these shots that you think they have no chance on. Just as you said, Grump, I agree.
I mean, this is a big game for Washington. I realize they're missing Ovechkin. I mean, is Kuznetsov playing? I don't even know if he's playing.
Yeah, he's 92. He's playing tonight. He's looked that invisible.
Frickin' Bailey. You know he's not going to shoot the puck. Piece of shit. He's a hump. I swear. Just won't shoot the puck. I don't care where it goes. He's not shooting.
Jesus.
Look at this.
Oh, God.
Freaking Bailey.
Well, at least we're able to keep it in the zone. I mean, we've had sustained pressure on the Capitals. Hasn't resulted into too many shots, but we've had some sustained pressure here on this power play opportunity. Will we shoot the puck? That is the question.
Why would you even? I don't think anybody even looks at Bailey. Not passing it to him. I mean, he's wide open over there. Wide open. Will he shoot? Bailey. Well, he's not shooting from there. Dobson scores
with the power play. Go! Islanders have a 2-1 lead over the Washington Capitals. Trying to play some spoiler here as the season is over for us.
Dobson. I love it. Dauber.
Now, here's my question. Do you think Washington turns it up and scores another one to tie the game? There's 17 minutes and 4 seconds left. A nice slap shot by wow. It went wide. It deflects off of the wall. I mean, that was a really wide shot. It deflects. Does it take a double deflection or just one?
It took one deflection. Looks like that guy has some testicular issues after that shot.
Hit him in the stomach. Hit him in the stomach.
Unlike Ahmed from Bad News Bears.
Or maybe hit him in the leg or the hand. Oh, man, right off at the 57. My gosh.
Yeah, that's not what you want to do.
No, absolutely not. But the Islanders are up 2-1. Dobson with another point and another goal, ladies and gentlemen, slowly working his way to 50 points this season. Look at that. Look at Dobson.
2 more to go.
I knew he was scoring 10 goals this season. I knew it, Grump. Grump.
He's got 13, I think, now.
There it is. He's working his way. James F. says here, guys, after the season's over, have a show of Better Call Saul. Each show you should put up an episode and comment on it together. Oh, God. I had no idea what's going on. Sunday Sand says here, am I the only one that thinks Sorokin may have a hard time if they trade Varlamov? It's going to be difficult to adjust.
He's been here 2 years now. He speaks better English than TJ does. That's for certain.
Oh, hey, Grumpy. Stick it where the sun don't shine, Grump. That one's for you, Grump. Stick it where the sun don't shine.
I think Varlamov has served his. They're not getting rid of Varlamov either. He'll be gone after next year because his contract will be up. And like I said, it'll be a whole different regime after next year. It will be. So,
Sunday Sand also saying to being with the adjust to being in the U.S. When he doesn't speak.
God.
At least
Pelech.
Jesus.
Big save, Sorokin. Another big save, Sorokin.
Pelech has not looked good.
My
Yikes.
God. Yeah. Didn't Phil say that Pelech was our best defender?
He has looked bad this last stretch. You can't deny it.
See, that subtle play by Dobson right there. Really, really smart. Didn't body his guy. Just nice stick work.
Oh, man. I feel like you're
It's
about
really
to
good.
Washington start to dial up the pressure. I think they've looked pretty much sloppy today, but I feel like they're going to dial up pressure now.
They're starting to pick it up a little bit now.
So Pop Curtis said he'll read the ad when he's ready to read the ad. Grump, don't mess with the itinerary. The Islanders should have drafted Zach Parise, says James F. Yeah, that would have been nice back in the day.
Yeah, Milbury didn't want anything to do with the former team of players, though.
James F. also says here 6-0 Yankees.
Very good.
6-3 Yankees. Grump, I watched Scarface last night. I can't believe that Hector. Both have 13 goals. I'm sorry. I was reading something. I can't believe that Hector in Better Call Saul was in that Scarface movie.
Bing. Bing.
What does that mean?
Bing. Forget it. You don't know. Okay. Did you ever watch Breaking Bad?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Oh, yeah. The little guy who couldn't move.
Again, like I said, why am I wasting my time? It's like I waste my time.
Grumpy, do you like Aaron Judge playing center field?
No.
Oh, man. I tell you, let's take a look. Says Soda Popinski or Popninski.
Soda Popinski.
Opponent in Mike Tyson Punch-Out for NES. Sunday Sand says here, funny, the Islanders so do have the outsider connection with Ralph Macchio. Ralph Macchio was in the Outsiders.
Yeah, he was Johnny.
In the movie. Everybody knows Ralph is an Islander fan. I know him from Karate Kid. I didn't know Ralph Macchio was in the Outsiders.
Yes, he was Johnny.
Was Johnny Depp also in the Outsiders? Or am I thinking about the wrong one? There's a whole bunch of famous actors in the Outsiders.
Johnny Depp wasn't in the Outsiders, but it was an uncredited role he was in that.
Big brain, Grumpy. Watch out. Watch out. Look at that. Look at my knowledge. Look at my knowledge.
First of all, you didn't know. You just took a guess. And like I said, he was – you want to know the first Johnny Depp's big shot, what it came in?
What? No.
He was on a TV show. Do you know what TV show he was in? Later became a movie series.
Give me a second. Give me a hint.
I can give you a month.
Give me a hint.
It started with a number. The TV series and the movie. There were 2 movies.
Give
21 Jump Street.
21 Jump Street. Johnny Depp started 21 Jump Street.
Yeah, the TV show.
Was it? I assume it was more of a comedy show back then too, or was it a serious show?
It was not a comedy show.
I didn't know.
Comedy show.
It was it's a comedy.
No, the movie was a comedy show.
Oh.
Sorokin's earning his pay.
Andy Green going to the box, I assume, for the cross check to the back, question mark?
I don't know.
What's going on here?
They're looking at Nick Jensen, the guy who got walked around by Palmieri.
Okay. Nick Jensen is tripped. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Andy Green going to the box. Okay. I thought he cross-checked him, but it's a trip. The Washington Capitals are going to have a power play. James F says trivia on this day, the Capitals the best at the Islanders 6-4 in game 5 of the Patrick Division semifinals. 2 players had a hat trick in the game. Who were they, Grump?
I don't know who they were. They just put it up, but I didn't look at it. So
I couldn't tell you either. Paul O.C. says here, guys, before we do any changes, just tell Chara, Green, and Martin to go home. Let's start from there. Tom White says you can't sit here and say he will do better on any other team like Florida or Colorado. They just have deep offensive players. We don't. So how do you compare any other team to ours? Is Barzal better playing with Montreal, Arizona, or Ottawa? I think he definitely is better playing with Ottawa. No freaking doubt in my mind. He'd have more point production. I think, right? the ceiling of his defensive capabilities are close to the max. This is never going to be a guy who's Patrice Bergeron. Sorry. And I think that what his capabilities, what he can do on offense is still there. And I just think we don't get enough out of him offensively.
He's more than a 50-point-a-year player on any other team in the league.
Or even 60, right? I think he's going to be near 60 points. He's much better than a 60-point-a-year guy. No doubt.
You put him on a team with it's the playing style. That's the whole thing. It's just about grinded out hockey, 1-goal games. That's how the Islanders have to be successful to win. He has to sacrifice his offensive game to play that system, period. No other team in the league plays like we do. None. The NHL is not the 1990s NHL anymore. It just isn't. We are late to that party.
Paulo C says, let's start and get rid of the bad players. Start from the bad players and work our way up. Sunday Sandy also said, Sunday Sand said here, 21 Jump Street. Okay, I should have looked in the comments.
No. He said 21 Jump Street. No question mark.
I should have looked at the comments every time. Nick D said Johnny Depp was in Platoon.
That's right. He was in Platoon. He was one of the soldiers in Platoon also.
Playboy Curtis said, Tony Cheese, love you, brother. Please keep the name as Soda Pop. Oh, gosh. We need Derry and Dally and Johnny and Two-Bit.
Yep. That was Derry was Patrick Swayze. Dally was Matt Dillon. Johnny was Ralph Macchio, and Two-Bit was Emilio Estevez.
Oh, he's Gordon Bombay.
Or he was Two-Bit Curtis.
Gordon Bombay.
Or Two-Bit Matthews. I forget what it was.
Nick D said 21 Jump Street did a lot of their filming in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Just watched 21 Jump Street last night. Absolutely love 21 Jump Street, says, want you to decide. Still do. The 21 Jump Street series was a drama crime cop show.
Wasn't a comedy? Wasn't a comedy?
I was asking you, Grump. Oh, no. Hold on. Was he right?
Go!
Oh, Casey Cizikas with a shorty. The Islanders look to cement their victory, up 3-1 with about 11 minutes remaining in the game, and Washington loses, I would say, a game that they really shouldn't have. They couldn't afford to lose if they wanted to go ahead and work their way up to avoid the Florida Panthers. But right now, looks like they may be facing off against the Florida Panthers. This. What the fuck was Samsonov doing? Holy shit. How many twirls and my God, it's bad from the start here. What in the whoa, why the hell is he turning around? Dude, that's awful. I don't know what's worse. The turnover, the defensive mistake, or Samsonov with this shit. My God, look at this.
What the hell is he doing a spin around? That's just terrible. That's on
no look save. And he's trying to do the no-look save. Holy shit. Hey, they all count the same, but Casey will be happy he scored that one.
That's all on the goalie right there.
Jesus Christ. And here comes an odd man opportunity again, perhaps, for the Islanders.
Casey.
He smells blood.
Shoot the puck.
SP said, anyone tired of watching this boring team every game? I forgot what it's like to watch actually talented team. I'm following the Avalanche in the playoffs.
Well, they're a talented team, that's for certain.
I wonder if McDavid would get 70 points with the Islanders.
That's probably what
he's probably a point a game guy, right? Where he's getting like 120 points a season. Wow. I still can't get over how the hell he let that in. Drop the freaking stick, buddy. God almighty. Samson. Here's the thing. We talk about areas worse, way better than other teams. Goaltending. It's not even close. Yeah. I mean, I watch Samsonov and I watch goalies like that. And I think to myself, we are very lucky to have the goalie that we have.
Absolutely.
On now. Then Nick D said, didn't Johnny Depp star in his first film, Nightmare on Elm Street?
Yep. He was in the original Nightmare on Elm Street. That's not the 21 Jump Street's the one that really rocketed him to stardom, though.
Tony Burkhardt said, Connor, 40 points if he played for the Islanders, McDavid. I'd say he'd probably be a point-a-game guy, but he's put up 120 points with other teams.
I'd say he'd probably my
God, back in the box. My God.
I'd say he's probably a 70, 75 point a year guy with the Islanders.
No, I'd say he's a point.
Okay. Once again, you keep forgetting he's got to play the system. It's about system. It's not about individual skill. It's about system. And think about who he'd be playing with. No talent hacks. Everything is individual play with him.
And he does a lot of individual things really well for the Edmonton Oilers. I'm just saying, I've seen him single-handedly eviscerate a defense and walk through a team. I think about it. He'll have over 120 points this season. With the Islanders, he probably would have 40 less points. Maybe, okay, here's the thing. Maybe he'd have realistically at least, maximum 100 points, right? Where he's putting up 120 for the Edmonton Oilers.
And here he'd probably have 70. Probably a 70-point-a-year guy.
Okay, I'm not going to go that far. Maybe 80 to 100.
We don't have any talent on this team.
On a bad season, 80 points. On a good season, 100 points.
No. Because
Dallas,
if you put Matt Barzal on a better team with more talented players, he's easily a 100-point guy. Easily. And he don't even, what's he got, 50 here, 52? He doesn't have a whole lot of points here. There's a reason. Because he has to play defense.
I gotta pull up Matt Barzal's stats. Give me a sec.
Yeah, he doesn't have a shitload of points.
Matt Barzal's he'll have 55 points this year so far.
55 points.
Yeah, not great.
Yeah, not great.
Ponyboy Curtis says here, Dallas Winston was by and far the coolest, most hardcore character in The Outsiders, possibly the coolest fictional character of all time.
Yeah, I thought that Matt Damon was not the actor for that role. I remember reading that book, and yeah, he was like, he was kind of wimpy, I thought, or certainly not how he's portrayed in the book by Matt Dillon. That's for certain.
Look at that. I mean, Casey Zizekas has had a hell of a few shifts. Hats off to Casey Zizekas. Good effort goal. I mean, I think a lot more blame goes on the goalie than credit to Casey, but hell of a job with the effort, and he's done a hell of a job here on both of these shorthanded attempts, both these shorthanded kills. Good for him. Hell of a job.
He's played well tonight.
Well, the Islanders, man, they should be exhausted. I'm shocked that they're playing this well, because if it's so many games in such a short time period, I'm shocked that they look like they're putting forth effort tonight, because they simply can't put forth effort playing with only 11 forwards and six defensemen, because they played so many games in such a short time period. How could I ever equate that they're putting forth effort tonight and look like a lively team? That doesn't make sense, Grump.
It was a truly Herculean effort.
It's more than that, because remember, that's why they went on a 5-game losing streak, is because they played so many games in such a short span.
Yep.
How could they play so well tonight? Doesn't make sense to me.
Ooh. Oh, wow. Wow. Man, that's twice today they've blown the puck with it loose out in front of the
Washington
net.
had the puck on their stick, too. Number 26 for the Capitals had the puck on their stick. Dowd did. Holy shit. My gosh. I mean, he was right there to just rifle one home. Watch the replay again. Holy crap.
That's 2 in a row.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Yeah, he puts that one in the back of the net. He had that, and if he gets the puck up, that goes in, but we were very fortuitous with the early blown whistle. I'm not complaining, but if I'm a Washington fan, I'd be a little perturbed.
Oh, wow.
Why is the guy asking the Addy coach wearing a mask while nobody is wearing one in the whole arena?
I was going to say that. You ever notice on these things, no one in the arena is wearing a mask. None of the players, none of the coaches, but little Mr. Microphone or Miss Microphone, whoever it is wearing a mask. It's so stupid. Just come on. Aren't we over the mask thing yet?
Big game between Vegas and Dallas. Who do you want to win? I'd rather see Vegas in the playoffs. Dallas is kind of bland.
I want to see Dallas make the playoffs.
Honestly, I don't really care who makes it. I know a lot of Islander fans are upset by the Vegas fans and how they treat Robin Leonard, but
I could care less about that. Maybe they'll start dropping some guys who are way more talented than our players, so we can start picking them up. Maybe they'll say, "Hey,
you're just going to wave them, Grumpy."
We need to shake it up a little bit. Maybe we need a Josh Bailey on this team to show us how to win.
Paulo C said, TJ, do you like Westerns? Do you know The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly? That's one with John Wayne, isn't it?
No, it's not.
I took a guess. I know he's in a shit ton of Western movies, so I just figured. You don't even have to like Westerns to like this movie. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Is it John? It's not John Wayne. Who the hell else was in the Western movies?
It was like it was 3 stars, by the way.
Was John Wayne in it?
John Wayne was not in it.
Give me a hint of one of the famous stars.
Another guy who does a lot of Westerns. Won an Academy Award for Best Picture as the director and Best Picture of a Western in 1992.
Oh, got to give me another hint.
Another big Western star.
Give me a hint of his name.
I'm not. He's still alive.
God almighty. Clint Eastwood.
Yes, Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, I got it, ladies and gents. I knew it was Clint Eastwood the whole time.
You probably looked it up. He typed it up.
No, I didn't. I didn't look it up, I swear. But no, I would not have until you told me he's still alive. It started.
The good, which was Clint Eastwood, the bad, which was Lee Van Cleef, and the ugly, which was Eli Wallach.
Okay, I didn't know any of those actors except Clint Eastwood.
That was the third of the Man with No Name trilogy.
If you told me Dirty Harry,
Fistful of Dollars, For a Few More Dollars, and The Good, Bad, and the Ugly. Spaghetti Westerns directed by Sergio Leone. I know I'm talking way over your head like it's a foreign language.
It is. And I'm just like, oh, make it stop. SP says, would you guys rather take a winger or a center in the draft? If we had a chance to take either
center,
best player available, to be honest, Grump. But hey, if we had to pick between equal talent, I'd rather have a center because you could always kick him out to wing.
That's right.
I'd pick best player out there.
Yes.
If a winger drops who's supposed to be a top 5 pick and somehow he drops for whatever reason, I'm picking best player available.
Yeah, that goes without saying. But if everything alike, you want the center. They're more versatile. And Sorokin's looking nice, and he's looking nice and calm in that.
He's settled down. Yeah, I think he would look a little, shaky in the first period, but
look at Noah Dobson once again, just so smooth back there. Smooth.
Do you remember when people said he wasn't a great skater? I'm like, you're nuts.
They were morons. I mean, like I said, 3 strides and he's across center ice. And now the Islanders just playing Islander hockey.
Sit back, don't do anything.
Clear it out.
Get to the red line and dump. Dump and change, dump and change, dump and change. 6 minutes left. Just eat the rest of the clock away.
Grind out in the offensive zone for as long as you can.
Mm-hmm.
Change it up. This game's over, by the way. This game's over.
Maybe Cizikas could find himself another goal. He's fighting hard. Dude, Casey's had a hell of a game tonight.
Hell
of a game.
Did Dobson get a point on that last Cizikas goal?
No, I don't think he would have. It was just Casey who fought.
Unless he dumped it down.
The goalie touched it, so he doesn't get a point after that.
Yeah, I guess you're right. You're right. Sorry, my bad.
So good. Tom White here says McDavid would still hit 90 points here. I believe between 80 and 100 points, depending on how he played that year.
Not me.
He likes to shoot the puck, and he's got more skill than our first line combined. I do agree with that. The guy is the most talented player in the NHL. He'd be putting up between 80 and 100 points with the Islanders in this system.
Yeah,
he wouldn't ever touch 120 though. I don't buy it. My God,
he benefits.
I'll let you read this one, Grumpy, but you don't read it aloud, just so you can go ahead and read it.
Wow. Okay.
James F says, hell of a goal by Casey Cizikas. Guys, look at the goalie. Caught the puck in the air behind his back. What a shot.
That goalie just gave that. Oh, average.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
That was the best shot I've seen average ever shoot.
Isn't that an average Anders goal? 3-1, game over. Last 4 minutes, over. Game's over. Then he scores a goal. That's an average Anders Lee goal. That's a Brock Nelson goal. Goals when the games are over. This game is over. This game is absolutely over. They wind up scoring. Matt Barzal did all the creative.
I wonder if he gets an assist there. Probably not. That's a good shot.
Samsonov is not a good goaltender. Now, I'm not saying that he didn't deserve to.
That's
a nice shot. I'm just saying he's not a good goaltender from what I've seen tonight.
It's not like that's top shelf. Christ almighty, he's got to make a save.
Matter of fact, he's got to make that save.
I'm looking at it. It was a crisp slap shot. It's a really good slap shot for Anders Lee. It's not like it's one of the best slap shots I've ever seen. It was a really good slap shot for Anders Lee. That's one probably the goalie wants to make a save on. He's looking miserable today. The third goal was all his fault, and then, the fourth goal was a bad turnover. But you would like to see your goalie make a save on that.
Yeah.
Holy shit! Holy crap! Remember when I told you Washington looked sloppy? They've looked sloppy all game.
They don't look like they don't even. They're a one and done in the play. They might. I don't know if they got swept, but they're not going anywhere in the playoffs. And like I said, they're 20 points better than we are.
So let me ask you this: if Washington doesn't go anywhere in the playoffs, should they be looking to retool?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. They're an older team. I mean, their big players are older, but yes, absolutely. They're not going anywhere with this group. I know they made the playoffs, but are they a contender to win a Stanley Cup? They're not. Then you need to retool. But here's the thing. They should retool now. You're still making playoffs. You start jettisoning some of the older guys who have some value. Build back younger like we should have done. That's what they should do. Will they? I have no idea, but that's what they should do. This group's never winning a Stanley Cup. They're just not.
Washington isn't?
Washington's not. No, absolutely not. They're a borderline playoff team too. The 8th seed. They're an 8th seed for a reason.
Oh my God.
Who are the teams really that if you're looking at the next 5 years in the NHL, is Washington going to be a power?
No.
I don't think so. Is Pittsburgh? I don't think so. Carolina? Yes.
Maybe.
The Rangers? Yes.
Yeah.
Florida? Yes. Tampa Bay? Maybe.
Colorado.
Maybe.
Yeah, I was about to say Tampa's going to have a lot of guys getting old at the same time.
I'm talking
They've
about
a lot of Hall of Fame caliber talent, though.
I'm talking about the East. Buffalo? Yes. Buffalo? Yes.
Detroit Red Wings. Detroit Red Wings. Yes.
Yes. Yes. They're younger teams. I'm talking about for 5 years.
Carolina put a beating, a spanking on the Rangers, up 4-1 late in the third period.
And Pittsburgh, 4-1 losers right now to Edmonton.
Matt Barzal did not get an assist on the Anders Lee goal.
That's too bad because he created that play.
Well, he fought for it. It was a bad turnover, but yeah, he did put pressure on him. SB said, "Nah, TJ McDavid has tons of talent around him, and he draws to draw defensemen and to finish his plays or give him good passes. Barzal has no one.
That's my point. Yes.
So, how long after the season is over does Barzal request a trade? I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that situation. He doesn't look happy. Simple as that. It could be because we're not winning games or because he doesn't like the system. One of the two.
They're going to approach him, I think, for an extension this offseason. And the first thing that's going to come up in those discussions, who's going to be the coach going forward? And if they say we're looking at Barry, he's not signing. He'll sign a 1-year extension to get him unrestricted free agency. And then as the Islanders, what are you going to do? Got to move him. Got to move him.
Got to trade him. Here's the thing. I like Matt Barzal, but if he gets into a spot where he says, if we're hell bent on keeping Barry, which is a mistake, and we say we're giving Barry an extension, and Matt Barzal says, I don't want to be here long term, move him.
And then you're in full rebuild. Then
we're in try to replace I don't know.
Then you're in full rebuild. The best player on your team on an average team wants to leave, you're in full rebuild.
Soda Pop Curtis says, TJ's never seen anything but Pixar movies.
Probably right.
James F saying here, stop giving Casey all this credit. He's done nothing all year. I think he's played well today. I just want to give him credit today. And he's played well. He's earned my credit. I think Pellick has played well for the most part all season. He's played poorly today. So I've given him, I think, just, criticism. SB said, are you guys pumped for the multiverse of madness? Also, have you been watching the Moon Knight? I think it's okay so far. I've watched the Moon Knight. That is cool. Now, the multiverse, that's too much. Here's the thing.
You know what it's about?
I don't like the superhero movies because there's too many freaking superheroes. I like the TV show. It's not bad, but it gives me more time to understand. I don't want to see where it's all jam-packed into 1 million characters in 1,000 movies. Screw that.
Okay, that's a Doctor Strange movie.
I didn't watch any of the Doctor Strange movies.
Okay, there's been one Doctor Strange movie. This is the second Doctor Strange movie.
Ugh.
Just to let you know, Wanda is in it as well.
Ugh, I didn't like
one of the Avengers. What about the new Thor movie where they make it a girl Thor? What about that? You gonna like that?
I don't watch any superhero movies. Here's the thing. I didn't watch Ant-Man for the longest time because I said, how the hell could Ant-Man be a superhero? It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. He's a little tiny ant. He's got superhero strength. I'm like, get rid of that. I said, there are too many freaking superheroes. It was actually funny. I like Paul Rudd, but it took me a long time to even entertain the idea to watch it because the concept sounds so dumb to me.
This is the guy who watches Saturday morning cartoons.
I don't watch Saturday morning cartoons. I don't watch cartoons. You don't watch this Saturday morning? Soccer. I don't watch cartoons. I watch sports pretty much all the times of the day.
Okay. How come
my wife loves watching all these sports too? No, I'm just kidding. I watch a few shows. The shows we watch, we usually watch together.
I did see the Nicolas Cage movie. The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, or whatever the heck is called. And I actually thought it was pretty good. Was it the greatest movie I ever saw? No. Was it laugh out loud funny, as some of these critics are saying? No. There were some scenes that were funny, and I thought Nicolas Cage was really good in it. But the thing I liked about it the best, it was just a movie that was there to entertain. It wasn't trying to virtue signal or give you some type of lesson on life. It was just a movie and escapist entertainment, and it was good. I really enjoyed it.
Mm. Well, the Islanders, a minute and 20 seconds left in the game. Islanders up 4-1. Looks all but one for the New York Islanders. Sorokin, hopefully, will be able to get tonight, close out tonight with only one goal against the Capitals.
Sorokin right now is cool the other side of the pillow. You know, I'm going to answer that question that they were talking about for the players who had 2 hat tricks in that game.
Oh.
I'm just going to give you, let me think. Let me do a little bit of thinking.
Oh, yeah, because they're giving us
1993. Ali Afraidy.
Ray Ferraro. I know him.
And Ray Ferraro. Yeah.
He had 4 goals actually that game, believe it or not.
Ray Ferraro did, not Iafrate. Iafrate was a defenseman for Washington. And I remember he had a hell of a shot back in the early days of the hardest shots, slap shot competition. He had long hair out the back, but he had TJ hair on the top. And it was a bad look. I guarantee you he's got the shaved head now.
James F. saying, guys, are you pumped up for Thursday's show? I'm pumped up for the
Absolutely.
I'm doing my research. I'm getting my player breakdowns. I've been staying up late in the evening. Oh, that's got to be a trip, but it's so late in the game they're not calling it. I've been pumped up. I've been doing a lot of research, a lot of in-depth research. Clint Eastwood, the good, the bad, the ugly. Clint Eastwood, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know anything. Sandy, Sunday Sand, I know you're brand new here to the show, but I don't know anything when it comes to any type of cinema. Just don't. Soda Pop Curtis says, I don't think it's possible, but Ponybird Curtis just topped my original comment of the year. Certainly pumps. I'm certainly pumped for every show. TJ's certainly pumped for every show. Yeah. I like it.
Now you see, Leon Draisaitl has 55 goals this year.
He wouldn't have 55 goals here.
No, but here's the thing. I'm going to guarantee you probably 45 of those was a McDavid assist.
It could be.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He also says, laugh on my ass off. I'm not very good at keeping my cover. Ponyboy figured me out. I don't even know what that means.
He's Tony Cheese.
I know he's Tony Cheese. But what if the best player is a goalie or a defenseman?
No, then you trade back.
I take the defenseman. Take the best player available. Best player available. Do it.
Trade back.
You can trade young defensemen for young forwards. Defensemen are more valuable commodity than forwards are.
Trade back.
No, draft the best player available. Let me ask you this. If the best defenseman who's a top 3 pick falls all the way to 11 or wherever we're picking, you're going to trade back instead of taking the value pick? Take the value pick.
Okay. Can I just say one thing? The best players in this draft are forwards. They're forwards this year.
They've got a few defensemen that are rated as top 5 guys.
Yeah, okay. They're not going to be there at 11, 12, or 13.
I don't know. I've seen a lot of crazy things happen in the draft.
This hurt us today. This win hurts us.
It does. It hurts us a lot, guys, because here we're in a position where Columbus might be able to leapfrog over us. Now it looks like that's not the case. Now San Jose could not leapfrog over us, despite that they did have the chance to do so. So, yes, this win did hurt us a lot. But
that said, I mean, I think the Islanders deserve to win today. I thought we played well. I thought Sorokin was really good in the second period. Made a lot of big saves on the penalty kill. I thought he kept us in the second. I'm sorry. And we came out and I thought we deserve this win. I know Washington. I don't know what the deal is with Washington, but they certainly didn't come out to play today. We deserve it. Good for the Islanders. 2 well-deserved points.
What I'm shocked by is the fact that we could get out there and play hard, because we just had so many games in such a short time period. That's why we struggled so much down the stretch. So I was shocked we were able to get out there and put forth effort today, Grumpy. Something I was shocked by.
Yeah.
Soda Pop Curtis says, by the way, it's usually suns out, guns out, but TJ seems to be allergic to sunlight. So I got to figure out a different saying. Oh, God. Yeah. You could tell by my very pale complexion I'm allergic to the sun. I burn. Grumpy, for a few dollars more and a fist full of dollars.
That's right.
Washington is definitely
for a few more dollars. It was for a few more dollars. Fistful of dollars was the first one. For a few more dollars was the second one. And I got it right over there. I can pull it out for you right now.
SP said Washington is definitely a first round exit. I agree.
Yeah.
James F said this game decreases the draft lottery, guys. Yes, it does.
Yeah.
We would be right. I really thought, based off the way we played, because we were so tired, we'd be tired the last 3 games because they're in such a short time period because we're so tired. I figured that was going to help out our draft spot because we couldn't win the last 3 games against good teams. We do play Washington again on Thursday. We'll be covering the draft. Simple as that. NFL draft on TJ and the Grumpy Old Man. That is
must watch, must listen.
That is must watch TV. That is much watch YouTube, must watch, no doubt about it. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be hectic. It's going to be crazy. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of hot takes. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of offensive line breakdowns, right, Grumpy?
Absolutely, I'm sure. You're going to hear TJ opine about the offensive lineman. Ugh.
Yes, you could find that in the link in the description below or here as a featured channel. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on that show this Thursday. We're going to be going live. The draft starts at 8, right, Grumpy?
That's right.
We're going to be going live at 7:45 Eastern Standard Time.
That's 7:45 TJ time. So
no, that's 7:45 Eastern Standard Time, Grump. So make sure you don't miss out on it. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube, like on Facebook, and follow on Twitter. We'll be going live tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to talk about the Islanders' recent games, to talk a little bit about what draft scenarios look like, where we're going to end up pick-wise, and just kind of giving the winding down of the season, right? We've got games on Thursday and Friday, and the season's over for us. Hopefully, we're able to drop those two games, and hopefully Columbus finds a way to leapfrog over us. But that looks like even more of an impossibility at this point, because with tonight's win, we are now back to 3 points over the Columbus Blue Jackets with 2 games left to play.
Yep.
Man, oh man. Well, here's the thing. At least it looks like the Winnipeg Jets are so far ahead of us, we can't find a way to leapfrog over them. Fingers crossed, right?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I tell you, it is something else. Got a few more comps to look for. Odds depend. Columbus winning more games will most likely have the 13th overall pick. Yeah.
And the top 10 are like locked in. So we're not getting one of the top 10 picks. I don't think anybody slides from the top 10 to 13, but we should still get a good talent. We should still get a good talented player.
Mm. Oh, man. Frank saying, hi, guys. Just got home from dinner with Dad. Are my eyes deceiving me? Are the Islanders really winning and hurting their draft pick? Yes, they are.
Yes.
Speaking of McDavid, he just had a 4-point game.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time Matt Barzal's had a 4-point game.
It's been a while.
Doug Waite time period? He had a few of those 5-goal games in his rookie season. I don't think he'll ever touch that anytime soon. James F says here, that's a case about the Capitals losing in the first round, guys. Does Laviolette get fired? Yes, and he should be fired if they lose in the first round again. Bye-bye, Peter. You got to have results.
Okay.
You think if Peter Laviolette loses in the first round, they keep him as a head coach? I don't.
I don't think he automatically should get fired. I mean,
I don't know. Yes. Dude, they have such a finite window. And if Peter Laviolette's been there for 2 whole years. You need more than first-round exits. Alexander Ovechkin only has so much time left to play. John Carlson, Nick Backstrom only have so much time to play. He's got to go. Here's the thing. They could rattle off a whole bunch of wins and find their way into an Eastern Conference Finals. I don't see that happening, but it could. Boston is not getting better either. Bergeron is retiring, and Marchand has 2 years left tops. Is Bergeron actually retiring? Is that opinion?
I think that's opinion.
Okay. He's older. I don't see him playing that long, but I mean, is he 37 now? He's not going to be playing until he's 45 or like Zdeno Chara. But you're right. Marchand's up there on the age stick, but he still plays really well.
Yeah, true.
We also have here a comment. Ant-Man was or is awesome. Yeah, it's a funny movie. It is. We don't deserve Sorokin, says SP. He's fantastic. Want you to decide, said Saturday morning cartoons don't exist anymore. And damn, Tom Wilson has been in a church mouse tonight. Haven't even noticed him. Yep.
There's a reason. It's number 32.
James F said, did you guys hear about the NFL Black Friday game coming? No, what's that?
Yes, they're NFL, because the greedy bastards that they are going to have a Black Friday game, and Amazon Plus. Amazon Prime is bidding $70 to $100 million to have that game.
Holy shit.
I think I sent you a little clipping on that, TJ, which so we can talk about that on Thursday night.
Oh man. Well, yeah. Well, maybe as a little filler if we've got some time in between picks. Rob G says, "Hey fellas, wanted to give great game by the Islanders tonight, minus Alexander Ovechkin. A great all-in team effort. Need more of that."
Well-deserved win.
I think we were the better team on the ice. I thought Washington was sloppy as hell, and we made them pay. Samsonov made so many mistakes in a hell of a effort game by Casey Zizekas. Guys like Noah Dobson, I thought had a great game. Nice shot by Ryan Pulock. Big moments from a few players we haven't seen in a while.
You saw the difference of a team that has a goaltender and a team that doesn't today. Sorokin kept us in that game in the second period, where Samsonov was terrible, I thought. Here's the thing. When you see other teams' goaltending situations, you realize how blessed we are to have a goaltender like that. When by far, we have one of the best goaltending situations in the league. That's like I always say about Tom Brady, right? When you're used to watching a player like that, you don't realize how bad other players are unless you're in their shoes. So then when you see it matched up like that, it's like, holy crap, we have the edge in goaltending by a country mile.
We do. SB said, "True Grumpy, Nemec and Jiricek are the best defensemen in this draft. No one else is even close. Most of the top 15 to 20 are forwards." Here's the thing. Could you see if a guy like Nemec drops or a guy like Jiricek drops a few picks, 5 or 6 picks or 7 or 8 picks? I mean,
you have Buffalo. Buffalo is a team that has 3 first-round picks. 2 of them in I guess maybe the Golden Knights will be after us. They have more points. But certainly they're going to be picking ahead. If they have a need for a defenseman, which I don't think they do, they just have 2 young ones in there. But let's say a team has multiple ones in the draft lottery. They might pick a defenseman and a forward. There's no way I'm drafting a defenseman in the first round this year. No way.
If a really talented player drops, I pick the most talented player that drops. Simple as that. You can trade the prospect. You don't have to keep him.
So you're drafting a lottery pick to trade him.
That's what you're extremely valuable, and let's say he is a guy you value as a bona fide top 5 pick that has slipped and fell into your lap, you can draft him, let him play for a few years, trade him for a forward or a young forward.
You're crazy.
Okay, I'm crazy then. So the Pop Curtis says, "Why not trade back and get a second along with a later first round pick? If you feel like, again, you don't have any guy who is listed as a top 5 guy or nobody falls to you, you don't like the players on the board, sure, trade back. If you feel like the guy, a top 5 pick has fallen in your lap, even if it's a defenseman, draft him."
Okay, a top 5 pick is not dropping to 13.
Peyton Krebs, when he was injured and got injured toward the tail end of the season, dropped all the way down to 13. Peyton Krebs is penciled in to be a top 5 pick.
That's not the case this year. It's not.
The season is still young. An injury would hurt a guy towards the playoffs, towards juniors playoffs there right now.
The season's just about over for them.
The playoffs are about to begin. Okay. Okay. SP says here, let's be honest, there isn't much of a difference between pick 12 and 13. I don't know. I'd rather be at pick 12, but assuming, neither 12 nor 13 win the lottery, our pick doesn't get much better. I mean, one pick could be the difference between, a significant player or possibly
it could be the difference between Jaromir Jagr and Scott Sissons.
I see the little call back there, Grumpy. Paulo saying here, Pittsburgh is not much better than Washington. They're only 1 point ahead with only 1 game left to play. Washington still has 2 games left to play. They still have a chance to catch Pittsburgh. They play us on Thursday. So, and maybe
Tampa
we can not.
It's Tampa Bay this year. I'm all on Tampa Bay this year.
Great show, says Dan L. We appreciate it, Dan. You guys should really do a movie watch along. Pick a movie that TJ knows nothing about so we can all watch with you.
That could be any movie. Could be any movie. We should do a movie. I love that. They used to have Mystery Theater 3000, whatever it was, and they picked schlocky movies and talked over them, which was kind of cool. But honestly, watching movie with TJ is like watching with a freaking monkey. I mean, don't know anything about cinema at all, doesn't know how anything is done, doesn't look at the inflections, doesn't look how people are able to tell a story with their eyes. I watched The Godfather Part 2 again last week, and I'm going to tell you what, man, Al Pacino was so good in that movie, just showing the coldness in his character just by the look of his eyes. He was great in that. Great. TJ's favorite movie was Sonic the Hedgehog Part 2.
I didn't see the Sonic the Hedgehog. Those fans who like Sonic are the creepy fans, man. They're like cultists. The people who watch Sonic the Hedgehog, they love their fandom, and if you mess with their fandom in Sonichu, oh, grumpy. Oof. Oh, Sonichu. Yikes. Internet lore, I'm sure you're not sure of. But do you guys prefer the NFL ESPN draft or the NFL channel draft? We'll have something. I think we're going to show it on screen.
We are not going to show it on screen. We're not going to show it on screen.
I don't think
that will not happen.
Maybe they won't take it down.
They will take it down. The last thing you want to do is put in all that work and have somebody take your stream down because you're too damn lazy to just put up a feed on the chat on the thing. We're not going to play the sound anyway. So what does it matter?
Okay. Well, hold on. So you just want me to just do like a rolling clock or something?
You can just have a thing that just rolls the picks. Put like the screen up from NFL.com, which has the picks. You can do that.
Okay.
But I mean, you can't put their freaking feed up.
I just want to talk over it. So when it comes,
so what? You just want to look at a screen where you see people without saying a word? That's just dumb.
Oh, okay. Barzal is a mid-round pick. It's all about scouting. Barzal is a mid-round pick. It's all about scouting. Jat Gamer AD says, "Hello, Dost. How are you, bro? I'm doing well." Jat Gamer. Trots, bases clearing triple, or Torres, a bases clearing triple. Is that Gleyber Torres?
Yes.
Oh shit! I think I sat him on the bench. Frank saying it's my fault. I wore my Yankee shirt, not an Islander shirt. Every freaking time I wear the Islander shirt, the day of a game, we lose to the Rangers, like 0-8. But I don't want to wear my Islander shirt. And they win. Hockey is better than Hollywood. Amen. Sunday Sand. True. Absolutely. I'm getting fired up. The Islanders game now. I'm just firing up the Islanders game now. Yeah, we played well. We looked sloppy at the beginning, but we played well. And then Yanks scored 20 runs in the last 2 games. Sorokin is dynamite. Can't ask for anything better, for certain.
100%.
TJ, take the best player. Then you could trade him like a la Griffin Reinhart. Reinhart was terrible. Think what we got back in for Reinhart in return. Well, I'm getting a mid first round pick and a late first round pick.
Okay, but it doesn't always work out like that.
Okay, I'm just saying if a guy drops to you and you think he's the best player available, draft the best player available.
Okay, I understand. But if the whole thing is, this is a draft where the vast majority of the players who are highly rated are forwards. You don't have to reach for a forward. They're right there. It's a heavy group. It's a heavy draft on really good forwards. That's what we need. This draft is playing right into our hands.
It's playing right into our hands. The Yankees rock dudes. Dude, you should know that, says Rob G. Go Yanks, says Frank. Brandon Gaines says, would you do a 2022 first round pick in Oliver Wahlstrom and a 2024 second round pick for Kevin Fiala?
No freaking way.
Here's the thing. I know Fiala he's got 84 points in 79 games this year. In the last 5 games, Fiala has amassed 13. He's amassed 15 points in the last 5 games. He's hot. He's freaking red hot, Kevin Fiala. I don't know. He's young. I get it. He's had a breakout year. I don't know. No. I would probably say no.
I'm not trading away first round draft picks. Just not doing it.
I'm just not ready to give up on Oliver Wahlstrom yet either. Yes, TJ, Washington, 3 straight first round exits since they won the Cup in 2018, and it will be the 4th this year. I could say the same about Pittsburgh. And Wallstrom, 20 years old. I haven't had a first round pick in years. If Lou made that deal, he'd be fired immediately.
He should be fired immediately. Correct.
So Pop Curtis says Grumpy's insights in the movies would complement TJ's ineptitude. For certain it would.
Yeah, but I'd be pulling whatever hair I got left out by the end of the night.
Oh, come on. He's on pace for 90-point season. Yeah, he did have 15 points in the last 5 games, though. And he's done it for 1 year. It's not like the guy's put up. This is the first time he's put up over. It's the first time Kevin Fiala's put up over 54 points was the prior high when in 2018 or 2019, 2020.
And I'm not saying he's not good or talented, but it's like we're not a Kevin Fiala away from being a Stanley Cup contender. We're so far away.
Why would Minnesota want to trade him too?
Yeah, they're not going to do that.
So I mean, he's played well this year, and guess what? He's played really well, just like Kirill Kaprizov has played really well. So I don't know why they want to trade a young budding forward who's played it and proved it. So the Parker said, "Yeah, me and Drew, we're having a little bit too much tequila. Walking your dog feels like the most interesting hour of your life." Oh gosh, laughing my ass off. Sonic the Hedgehog. Kevin Fiala would put up 30 points for the Islanders. No, it wouldn't be that bad. He put up a lot of points, but it'd probably be like 60 or 70. Think about what Matt Barzal does.
55, 60.
But keep writing insightful comments and asking questions, and let's see how late we keep them up, boys. No, absolutely not. Fiala mooches off the Kirill Kaprizov. Yeah, he definitely helps.
Yes. Kaprizov has over 100 points this year, does he not?
Yeah, he's got over 100 points. Quietly reach his way over to 100 points. But
how many points do you think he'd have if he was here? Do you think he'd even be a top line player yet?
I don't know. That's a good question. I honestly don't know.
He don't play a whole lot of defense. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, he doesn't. But I don't know.
Do you think Minnesota would get rid of him? No, because when you got guys talented like that, they make up for it with their skill. That's the problem with the Barry Trotz system right there in a nutshell.
I think the Barry Trotz system is good to keep you in the really close and contested games. In the playoffs, you have a lot of those. Sometimes it goes your way, sometimes it doesn't. But it's you got to make the playoffs though too. That's half the goal.
I mean, Minnesota's got almost 110 points this year. Think about that.
Wow. Before we sign off here, Vegas and the Dallas Stars are tied 1-1, 4 minutes into the second, or 4 minutes remaining in the second period.
Maybe I'll watch the rest of that tonight.
That'll be fun. That being said, what do you want to say before we wrap things up today, Grumpy?
I just want to say love and laughter to everyone who listens and even those who don't, from TJ and the Grumpy Old Man.
We will be seeing you tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the normal podcast. Until then, have a great and blessed night. We'll see you guys tomorrow. And thank you, Grumpy.
My pleasure.